most admires his parents, supporting him and helping him to achieve his goals. Number 3, Damon Grip. He's escorted by his parents, George and Sharon Grip. Damon is a wide receiver and corner for the Eagles. Damon's best football memory is winning games this season with his friends. Damon's future plans include getting a scholarship and attending college. Damon's most admired person are his parents for their support and effort, helping him to achieve his best on and off the field. Number 10, Christopher Beck is escorted by his mother, Jessica Wolf. His father is unable to attend this evening as he is currently serving our armed forces in Korea. Christopher is a linebacker for the Orange and Black. His most memorable moment is making his first varsity play. Christopher most admires his parents for their continued support. Number 15, Michael Buck is escorted by his parents, Jeff and Stephanie Buck. Michael is a fullback and linebacker for the Golden Eagles. Mike's best football memories have been his senior dinner. Michael's future plans include attending Penn State and major in business. Mike most admires his parents for their support and guidance. Number 24, Tommy Hicks is escorted by his awesome mom, Dee Hicks, and his awesome dad, Pete Hicks. Tommy is a running back and linebacker for the Eagles. Tom plans to attend college and major in kinesiology. Tommy's best football memory being finished with 7-7-10. Tom most admires his mom and dad for teaching him that nothing in life is worth having unless you work for it. Number 26, Noah Sprankle is escorted by his parents, Jessica and Mary Sprankle. Noah is an outside linebacker for the Golden Eagles. Noah's best football memory is a pick 6 during his youth football days. Noah plans to go to tech school and make some money. His most admired person is Springer A. Number 41, Matt Clifton is escorted by his parents, Donna and Michael Clifton. Matt is a defensive end and wide receiver for the Orange and Black. Matt's greatest football memories is moving up to varsity as a freshman. Matt's future plans include playing football in college and getting a good education. Matthew most admires his parents. Number 43, Kendall Martley is escorted by her mother and father, Jennifer and Bill Martley. Kendall is the kicker for the Golden Eagles team. Her best football memory is kicking 7 for 7 against Huntington to earn a second place in the record book. Kendall plans to attend college and study physical therapy. Kendall most admires her sister, Lyndon Martin. Number 54, Nick Lewis is escorted by his mom and dad, Todd and Marcy Lewis. Nick is an offensive guard and defensive tackle for the Golden Eagles. Nick's best football memory is his senior football season playing with his best friend. His future plans include double majors, business and education at Penn State University. Nick most admires his parents for showing him how to work hard and have a good attitude while doing it. Number 60, Alex Weaver is being escorted by his mom, Amy Weaver, and his grandfather, Tom Templeton. Alex is an offensive guard and a defensive tackle for our 2020 squad. Alex is best remembered his senior dinner. Alex's future plans to attend college. His most admired person is his grandfather, Tom Templeton, whom he wishes to thank for sharing his wisdom. Number 70, Parker Allen is escorted by his mom and dad, Candell and Stanley Allen. Parker is on the offensive and defensive line for the Golden Eagles. Parker's best memory is being able to play for district championship. Parker plans to enter the workforce upon graduating. He most admires his father, who fights every day and hasn't stopped fighting. Number 72, Kyle Silva is escorted tonight by his parents, Danielle and Chris Silva. Kyle is a defensive and offensive tackle for the Eagles. Kyle's best football moment is making it to the playoffs his senior year. Kyle's future plans include challenging and winning a push-up contest with Coach Franco. Kyle most admires his father for pushing him to continue to win thick and thin. Number 73, Dean Grassi is escorted by his mom and dad, Tony and Carrie Grassi. the linebacker and guard for the orange and black. Dean's best football memory is finally getting an interception. Dean plans to attend Penn State to become an officer in the Army. Dean most admires his parents for supporting him and pushing him to be the best he can be. Number 74, Brody Zizzo, is escorted tonight by his mom and dad, Scott and Andy Zizzo. Brody played on the defensive line. Brody's best football memory is getting a varsity start in his sophomore year. Brody plans to attend college to become a vet technician. Brody's most admired person is Trainer Day. Finish the honoring of our football seniors. Another round of applause. Now, tonight we are honored to recognize the Tyrone Area High School 2020 Homecoming Court. Let us welcome senior homecoming nominees to the field. McKenna Bauer, daughter of Brian Bauer and Christy Bauer, has been nominated by the volleyball team. McKenna plans to attend Penn State to study psychology. The person that McKenna most admires is her father. McKenna is escorted tonight by Colin Yanis. Next up, Taylor Black, daughter of Jessica Black, has been nominated by HOSA. Taylor plans to attend Penn State for nursing. The people Taylor admires most are her parents. Taylor is escorted tonight by Nick Ashcroft. Natalie Cherry, daughter of Michael and Suzanne Cherry, has been nominated by Quizley. Her future plans are to pursue a degree in mathematics. The person that Maddie most admires is her mother. Maddie is escorted tonight by Helton Bobby. Next up, Madison Coleman, daughter of Jim and Beth Coleman, has been nominated by the sweat team. Madison plans to attend college and major in special education. The person she admires most is her father. Madison's escort tonight is David Lang. Next up, Carly Diebold, daughter of Ken and Cheryl Diebold, is nominated by FFA. Carly's future plans are to attend college and major in chemistry. The person that Carly admires the most is her grandmother, Judy. Carly is escorted tonight by Abram Black. Next up, Lindsay Fleck, daughter of Brian and Amy Fleck, is nominated by cheerleading. Lindsay plans to attend Penn State and become a veterinarian. The people that she admires the most are her parents. Lindsay is escorted tonight by Andrew Savino. Next up, Anna Lynn Fryer, daughter of John and Debbie Fryer, is nominated by the speech team. She plans to attend college for nursing. The person she admires most is Jane Adams. Anna Lynn is escorted tonight by Mason Thomas. Next up, Miranda Goodman, daughter of John and Anita Goodman, has been nominated by Mock Trial. Her future plans are to attend Penn State Shires Honors College and major in applied data science. The person that Miranda admires the most is her father. Next up, Deidre Grazer, daughter of Ben and Jess Grazer, is nominated by GoTech. Deidre plans to become an assistant. The person she admires most is her mother. Deidre is escorted by Ken Gilmore. Next up, Allison Grieco, daughter of Brian and Jennifer Grieco, is nominated by National Honor Society. Allie plans to attend college and major in psychology. The person that she most admires is his sister, Izzy. Allison is escorted tonight by Francis Steele. Next up, Sarah Herr, daughter of Barry and Crystal Herr, is nominated by the marching band for future plans to attend Penn State and become an English teacher. The person she admires the most is her brother Rid. Sarah's escort is Elijah Stittergall. Next up, Kylan Hoover, daughter of Lucas Hoover and Ashley Campbell, is nominated by Ann for future plans to attend Penn State. The people she most admires are her parents. Kylan is escorted tonight by Rodney Schultz. Next up, Louisa Eisenberg, daughter of Robert and Victoria Eisenberg, is nominated by Eagle Eye News. Lucy's future plans are to attend Grove City College, majoring in elementary and special education. The person she admires the most is her mother. Lucia is escorted tonight by Michael Updike. Next up, Sarah Jackson, daughter of Jeremy and Rebecca Jackson, was nominated by Edom. Sarah's future plans are to attend Penn State to obtain a degree in health administration. The people she admires the most are her parents. Sarah is escorted tonight by Hunter Walker. Next up is Laura Kohler, daughter of Dean and Melissa Kohler. She was nominated by Cross Country. Laura's future plans is to become a travel occupational therapist. The person she admires the most is her grandfather, John Hart. Laura is escorted tonight by Elaine Cooper. Next up, Guy Kropp, daughter of Dalton Kropp and Tanya Hartster. She was nominated by Golden Revolution. Guy's plans to further her education including the medical field. The people she most admires are her parents. Guy is escorted tonight by Gabe Fagiano. Next up, Hannah Long, daughter of Terry and Heather Long, is nominated by the golf team. Hannah plans to open her own salon as a nail technician. The person Hannah admires the most is her father. Hannah is escorted tonight by Luke Brooks. Next up is Kendall Markley, daughter of Bill Markley and Ben Markley. She was nominated by the soccer team. Kendall's future plans are to attend Penn State and major in kinesiology. The person she most admires is her sister, Lyndon. Kendall is escorted tonight by Trent Smith. Next up is Kaylee Ickenfelder, granddaughter of Margie and Donnie Schultz, nominated by Yearbook. Kaylee's future plans are to attend Old Dominion University, majoring in elementary education. The people that Kayla most admires is her mom and Edie. Kayla's escort is Jacob Taylor. Next up is Ella Pearson, daughter of Brian and Sister Pearson. She was nominated by the softball team. Ella's future plans are to attend Mount Aloysius for nursing. The person that Ella most admires is her grandmother. Ella's escort is A.J. Getweiler. Next up is Stephanie Saltzgiver, daughter of Jim and Christy Saltzgiver. She was nominated by the track team. Stephanie's future plans are to attend college for nursing. The person that she most admires is her mother. Stephanie is escorted tonight by Zach Lagarde. Next up is Shannon Shaw, daughter of Tim and Tammy Shaw. She was nominated by the basketball team. Shannon's future plans are to attend college and major in pre-med. The people that she most admires are her parents. Shannon is escorted tonight by Aiden Walker. Next up is Diane Webster, daughter of David and Kimberly Webster. She was nominated by the concert band. Diane's future plans are to attend college for marine biology. The people that she most admires are her parents. Diane is escorted tonight by Maid Webster. Becca White is next, daughter of Eric and Julie White. She was nominated by Cox Extension. Becca's future plans are to attend Penn State University Park. The person that she most admires is her father. Becca is escorted tonight by Ryan Patterson. Next up, Madison Weinland, daughter of John and Jody Weinland, dominated by the band front. Madison's future plans are to major in psychology. The person that she most admires is her sister, Morgan. Madison is escorted tonight by Kirsten Friday. Tonight's homecoming court will be crowned by the 2019 Queen, Miss Reagan Wood. Reagan is escorted tonight by Jack Black. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for all of these wonderful contestants. All right, we are now going to recognize our runner-up. This year's third runner-up is Miss Miranda Goodman, nominated by the Mountain Trial team. Our second runner-up is Miss Anna Lynn Pryor, nominated by the speech team and is escorted by Mason Thomas. And now, for the first runner-up, we are proud to present to you Tyrone Area High School's 2020 Homecoming Princess, Madeline Cherry, representing the Twins League and escorted by Kelsey Roberts. And now, please stand for your 2020 Tyrone Area Homecoming Queen. Representing the swim team, Miss Madison Coleman, escorted by David Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Madison Coleman and your 2020 homecoming court. The Tyrone Area High School would like to congratulate all of the girls that participated in the 2020 Tyrone Area School District homecoming festivities. Tremendous job, and we thank everybody that participated, donated. Congratulations once again, and in just a few moments we will have our national anthem and alma mater. We'll announce that here in a second. I noted too that at halftime we will be honoring the senior members of our cheerleading squad as well as senior members of our band. Dave, are you good? All right, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem and alma mater. Thanks, Dave, for Tyrone Golden Eagle Marching Band. Once again, we will see them at halftime for the senior recognition as well as their performance.
Later than normal. So we look forward to bringing you Tyrone Golden Eagle football throughout the evening. We're going to, and by the way, it is streaming, right, Chuck?
Right, yeah,
yes.
We're hooked up live.
To the school district streaming.
Right, we're going to be working with the school, and we appreciate them, you know, working with us and together. If you're somebody that can't make it and you want to see the game not on TV but, you know, on the streaming, you're going to be able to listen to our play-by-play and you can see what happens.
Excellent. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, we'll get you into some of the keys to the game. Chuck always has a great analysis of what to expect, and we'll do that after this timeout. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle Football pregame show on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Classic favorites, WTRN.
This is Nathan Varilla, your 1999 state championship football team captain. Winning a state championship, you have to do everything excellent. Excellence matters. That's why here at Varilla Real Estate, I've taken what I've learned on the football field and applied it to our business. Doing the little things, outworking your competition, being aggressive, doing the right thing when no one's looking. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you in all your real estate needs. When it's 4th and 4 and you need a touchdown by selling your house, call Varilla Real Estate today.
Save on everything in the city, Surplus City. Surplus City has got it all, from metal to tarps, nuts and bolts, and all the paint you could possibly need. Plumbing supplies, electrical, tools of all kinds, and lots more. Surplus City has a wide selection of fabric, foam rubber, home decor, flowers, and plenty of seasonal items too. Visit all 5 Surplus City locations: Altoona, Williamsport, Carlisle, Chambersburg, and LaVale, Maryland. Open 7 days a week. Come in and check out new items that are arriving daily at Surplus City. Are you a caregiver who feels appreciated for all of your hard work and dedication? Are you inspired to go to work every day? If not, Home Instead Senior Care wants to meet you. At Home Instead Senior Care, you'll have the support of a local office and staff, so you'll never feel alone. Home Instead Senior Care offers a competitive salary, 401k, paid training, and flexible full and part-time schedules. Medical, dental, and vision insurance are available for those who qualify. Apply now at homeinstead.com/caregiver. That's homeinstead.com/caregiver. Home Instead Senior Care is an equal opportunity employer.
Why not bring a smile to someone's face with a box of Gardner's candies? Gardner's candy is made with the finest ingredients right here in Tyrone by your friends and neighbors. Select a box of mixed chocolates or their famous peanut butter melt-aways. Ah, those melt-aways. Remember, Gardner's also offers a wide assortment of holiday gift baskets and will ship your order anywhere. Gardner's Candies, since 1897, the home of fine chocolates.
Wireless Zone of Tyrone, your local Verizon authorized retailer, is a proud sponsor of the Tyrone football team. Stop by 106 West 14th Street and learn about the latest promotions that will help you save on wearables and smartphones. At Wireless Zone, they're dedicated to finding the right device for you, your family, your business, and your lifestyle.
Shop the most popular smartphones, devices, and accessories.
Stop in today.
Wireless Zone of Tyrone.
106 West 14th Street, Tyrone.
Something bugging you? Time to call Premier Pest Control. If your home or office is overtaken by insects or rodents, it's time to take action. Call Mike Luther at Premier Pest Control, 684-2600. Premier Pest Control has a 24-hour guaranteed response to your call. Avoid the hassle of having to explain your problem to several people before you even see the serviceman. Calling Premier Pest Control, you'll talk directly to Mike Luther, who's both the owner and the serviceman. Call Mike at 684-2600 and tell him what's bugging you. Premier Pest Control, serving Altoona, Tyrone, State College, and surrounding areas.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
And we're back at Gray Field for the Tyrone football pregame show as the teams are still in the locker rooms getting their last instructions from their head coaches. And one of the storylines that we wanted to talk about is the fact that Philipsburg-Osceola and their defensive squad is led by a very familiar name.
It's homecoming for Coach Jason Wilson. Jason, obviously, he played here at Tyrone graduate. Matter of fact, when I was head JV coach, he was my starting fullback, and he was a running back. And, of course, he was an assistant coach here, very good defensive coordinator for us. And he is now up and head coach here for, I think, 3 years. Mm-hmm. And now he is up as the defensive coordinator for the Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties. So welcome home, Jason.
And for the seniors on this team, that's a pretty interesting reunion as well, because these seniors are some of the players that Jason would have had a chance to bring into the program and coach in their early years.
Right, absolutely. So it's kind of a nostalgic evening, for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing is, for the first time ever, a football player was nominated for homecoming queen.
That is true.
So
Kendall
congratulations to Kendall Meckley, who's done a marvelous job as Tyrone's place kicker. When we went down to give the 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Player of the Week award, she was kicking. Now, granted, the ball was on the 15-yard line, but that makes it a 25-yard field goal.
Mm-hmm.
It was windy, and I watched her, and she put them right down the middle, about 5 in a row, with at least 10 yards to spare. So, again, in shorts and a T-shirt, but not in full pads, and not having 4 6-foot players trying to.
Well, she
come
definitely
through
had. She's got a leg, and she was in her uniform on the sidelines for homecoming announcements, and is it Madison Coleman was named the homecoming queen for 2020. The likelihood that we're going to need Kendall Meckley to kick a game-winning field goal, I would like to think that the Tyrone Golden Eagles have a bit of an edge coming in against this game against Philipsburg-Osceola. That they're not going to be relying on any last-minute kicks. The Tyrone has a very good chance of going 5-0 tonight.
Very good. They're going to have to do some things which we'll get to. But Philipsburg, they have a new coach. Jeff Roman is back at Philipsburg as their head coach. And if you remember, I believe it was last year when we went up to Philipsburg. At first half, it was nip and tuck, and the Tyrone scored 2 touchdowns there in the second quarter to pull that game away. Right now, the Mounties come in here with 1 win and 3 losses. The only team they were able to handle was at the beginning of the year, which was an upset at that time. They handled Huntington pretty fair, but Huntington is they haven't won a game yet this year, and they're only scoring about 44 points a game, for the season.
Right.
So that they're having a tough year. So they're 1-3 coming in tonight. And some of the keys for Philipsburg.
Well,
hold on to that.
Well, we can't just for another minute or two. We're going to get to it here, but one of the things that we've talked about a few times, and yeah, there's folks that say, hey, don't talk, but there's a reason that we're into week 5, and we're still talking about a full complement of players for Tyrone. That this has been a very healthy year for the Golden Eagles, and one of the reasons they are 4-0, very good chance to go 5-0, is because their depth hasn't been what they've had to rely on. They've been able to rely on their very good skilled players.
And their conditioning has been superb
exactly.
this year. Off air last couple of years, we used to make a statement about towards halftime they were gassed. You could tell the line was bent over. They were sucking air, but they're extremely in great shape and condition, and that does a lot of things for a team. Number one, it cuts down on the injuries.
Right.
Number two, and I think you'll agree with me here, the penalties that they used to commit are gone.
Right.
There
Pre-snap
are no
penalties were a problem.
Stupid offside penalties, or first personal foul out of frustration. Just being tired and not being mentally able to do things. So yes, it's absolutely correct. Conditioning and being in good shape and not having any injuries.
Well, as we go to the keys of this game, I think one of the keys to this season so far has been exactly that. Let's talk about those keys to the game tonight. Let's
look at Philipsburg
sure,
first. Okay?
Please.
First of all, Philipsburg has to be able to shut down the run. Because if they don't, the play action pass that has hurt everyone that Tyrone has played this year after they've established a running game is going to really have them have a lot of problems. Their linebackers are going to have to respect the run, so they're not going to be automatically able to fly back into a zone. And then they're going to put extreme pressure with Grip and Clifton and Rhodes. There's a lot of pressure on that defensive secondary. So they're going to have big problems if they can't stop the run. Second, they cannot afford to turn the ball over. P.O. has just averaged 34 yards passing a game this year.
Wow.
And they've thrown up 7 interceptions. So if they turn the ball over and give Tyrone a short field, again, they're going to be in trouble. And the third thing, they absolutely must try to keep that high-powered Tyrone offense off the field, because Tyrone, as they've shown us, can go 94 yards in 4 plays.
Right.
So, that's the keys for Philipsburg.
And as we talk about the Tyrone offense, and you described it as being a high-powered offense, it's been amazing to see the development this year of some of the younger players. And certainly we talk about Tommy Hicks, and we talk about Brandon Lucas and Damon Grip. But Keegan Gwynn got into the act last week with a touchdown pass, and I can't say enough about Ross Gamp and what he has brought to this offense as a sophomore.
Remember that name, because he's a sophomore, as you just indicated, and he, being the ex-running back coach here, that fullback and the blocking ability and picking up a blitz and stalemating that linebacker coming to give Lucas time to throw. It's been phenomenal this year. They lacked that, the last 3 or 4 years. So Gamp is going to be a name that you're going to be hearing a lot of in the next 3 years.
All right, and the Tyrone defense. There were some times last week that it looked like they weren't quite sure of themselves. And then they kind of righted themselves. And I think that speaks to the influence in so many different ways that we've already touched on when it comes to conditioning and so forth. But the adjustments that head coach John Franco and his staff bring to the table that really make a difference in the halftime locker room and as the game progresses.
Right, and I think the kids have bought off on that too. And then I think they've also bought off on the fact that let's bend, but we won't break. So last week, as we discussed, Penns Valley tried to pick them apart with those short 5-6 yard slants in, slant out, hit the flat real quick, and try to get their speed players in the open field. Tyrone bent, but when they ran out of room, everyone was able to cut that down and then kept it from going in. And that close game last week really was a close game because, let's face it, our special teams players dropped the ball last week. The special teams, and that's one of the keys to the game for Tyrone. They have to improve. They gave up 9 points, just on special teams. And they had Caitlin Kendall had her first PAT blocked in the year, and that was because they just came straight through without anybody. So, you talked about you just talked about Tyrone, their defense. They're averaging. They've only allowed 15 points a game, so they're doing very well there. And then they're scoring 28.5 points a game. So that usually is a good indication that you've got things going. And then let's take a little bit of a look at the receiving. Grip is leading the area once again. That's his favorite spot. He has 24 receptions for 463 yards. He's averaging 19.3 yards a catch with 5 touchdowns, which is very impressive. Tommy Hicks has 6 TDs, and he is also, as far as rushing goes, he has 242 yards and an average of 4.7 yards with 6 touchdowns. So, and then Lucas, again, right now, is 43 of 82, so that's almost a 50% completion rate. Only has 3 interceptions and 82 throws, a total of 712 yards and 8 TDs. So, Jim, will take Tyrone's keys to the game.
And what a find Kendall Markley has been. And what a great night for her to be on the sidelines for homecoming and to be out on the field. And hopefully she has a big night tonight as well. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set. It'll be time for kickoff here at Gray Field. Alongside Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle Football pregame show on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Classic favorites, WTRN.
Routine maintenance for your vehicle is an absolute must. Leave it to the factory-trained technicians at Tyrone Tire and Automotive. Oil change special, just $39.99 every day. With 5 quarts of premium synthetic blend with filter and complimentary multi-point inspection. Full synthetic is just $54.99. All services include tire pressure check and top-off of fluids. Tyrone Tire and Automotive also sells tires. Does general auto repair and state inspections. Need a vehicle? Tyrone Tire and Automotive sells used cars, too. Tyrone Tire and Automotive, your hometown discount tire center. Call 684-2199. The family at Tyrone Ford would like to wish the Tyrone Golden Eagles a successful season. Like many of your families, they can't be there in person, but they are listening and they're with you every play. Tyrone Ford would also like to give a special thanks to all the parents who have spent many years taking their kids and their friends to practices, games, and events. It takes a community to raise a child, and Tyrone Ford is honored to be a part of the Tyrone family. Go, fight, win.
This is Nathan Varilla, your 1999 state championship football team captain. Winning a state championship, you have to do everything excellent. Excellence matters. That's why here at Varilla Real Estate, I've taken what I've learned on the football field and applied it to our business. Doing the little things, outworking your competition, being aggressive, doing the right thing when no one's looking. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you in all your real estate needs. When it's 4th and 4 and you need a touchdown by selling your house, call Varilla Real Estate today.
When it comes to harvesting timber in Central PA, one name comes to mind, Justin Reeder. Justin Reeder is a well-established timber harvesting company based in Tyrone, specializing in quality timber harvesting, firewood, timber transport, and residential tree removal, serving Tyrone and surrounding areas. Justin Reeder strives to be the best and provides the best quality services at premium prices for each and every customer. Call Justin Reeder, 814-327-8515, and be sure to visit them on Facebook.
Looking for that little something more. Now you found what you're looking for. Sitting in the driver's seat, your heart is complete. The best experience when you buy. It doesn't get better than this. You get the best warranty. More for your money. You know that you'd love to drive the car that you can buy from 5-star Mitsubishi. It doesn't get better than this.
The Richard H. Sear Funeral Home is proud to be a sponsor of local high school sports. They've been proudly serving the Tyrone area since 1854. Their compassionate staff of funeral directors will help your family celebrate the life of your loved one. They provide a variety of services, including traditional funerals and graveside ceremonies, basic and full-service cremation options, grief support, pre-planning, and more. Give them a call at 684-3216 or visit their website at SearFuneralHomeInc.com.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
Philipsburg Mounties in town to take on the Tyrone Golden Eagles. Alongside Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. We're just moments away from the kickoff tonight. The coin toss taking place across the field as the seniors get ready to, or the captains rather, get ready to go out to midfield. We believe that Tyrone won the toss and likely deferred. And
yes.
So Philipsburg will be receiving the opening kickoff. Let's talk about those Tyrone keys, Chuck.
Okay, basically, Jim, 4 important things, really. First of all, dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They have to come right out and establish that. That'll assist the passing game as well as the running game. Eliminate penalties so that they don't short circuit on penalties, and also turnovers, and allow that running and passing game to take control of the game as well as bring all the momentum that's going to be going on the Tyrone side. Special teams play must be greatly improved over last week. I mean, they really had a bad game last week.
And it was a fairly an anomaly. I mean,
right.
The previous games, they did well on special teams.
Right.
So it's correctable.
Just a few breakdowns.
Right.
And give some of that credit to Penns Valley.
Sure.
That line
was a big team.
Huge,
It was a big line,
big.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And
not as bigger than this week's line.
Right. They gave the Tyrone front, the special teams players, a little bit of trouble on their blocking. So that's the keys for Tyrone, and I think if they can do that, Jim, they'll be in pretty good shape tonight. And we're looking forward to an exciting game.
All right. We are set to go. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for joining us. As Keegan Gwynn has the football to the right. The tee on the 40-yard line. He has received the football from the officiating crew and is getting set to boot it away. And it will be Caleb Stam back deep to receive, standing inside his 10-yard line. And we'll get his partner back there here in just a moment. And we are set to go. Tyrone Golden Eagle football coming your way on Classic Favorites WTRN. Here we go. The boot is away. Taken at the 15. Following blockers up to the 20, 25. Breaks past the 30. And brought down at the 34-yard line. So a decent return there by Hunter Whitosh.
Anytime you get the ball out over the 30, 35-yard line is a very good return. So Philipsburg's going to start off with fairly decent field position.
1st and 10 from their own 34. Between the hashes, going from left to right on your radio dial. Mounties come out of the huddle. And Ryan Whitehead is under center. Whitehead, 6'6", 185-pounder. Gives it to the running back in the backfield. He's going to break through into the secondary. That's Caleb Stam on the carry. Got past the original line of scrimmage and then broke into the secondary for what looks to be a 32-yard run.
Right, that was just a quick pop up the middle off tackle, and the linebackers weren't there for Tyrone. Pretty good opening play for the Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties. Damon Grip saved a touchdown there on that play for Tyrone.
Stam, big kid. Here come the Mounties. The play clock is down to 5 seconds. They're going to struggle to get it off in time, but they do. Whitehead handing again to Stam, who's bottled up in the backfield. A loss of a yard back from the 34 to the 35-yard line, so that should bring up 2nd and 11.
Matthew Clifton in there first and followed up by Alex Weaver for Tyrone to make the stop.
That first play could be a wake-up call for the defense. Hey, the game started at 7 o'clock tonight. We need to show up, and let's see what they can do to try to stop Philipsburg from progressing any further down the field here on this first possession. It's 2nd and 11 from the 35 of the Golden Eagles. Whitehead brings them out. Single receiver top side, power left, empty backfield. Man in motion is Whitoish, and a whistle before the snap. Timeout called by the Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties. And while we have an opportunity, let's mention some of our sponsors tonight.
The sponsors that bring this to you every time Tyrone plays, and we are so thankful for that. Let's start with 5-Star Mitsubishi, the staff and management at Vitro, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, 5-Star Power Sports, Surplus City, Home Helpers, Tyrone Ford, Gardner's Candies, Wireless Zone, Varilla Real Estate, Premier Pest Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, and the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home. And we thank you so much for bringing Jim and I into your cars, your homes, and your radios.
And how was the 5-Star Power Sports Player of the Week last week presentation yesterday?
Oh, it was great. Tommy Hicks, we presented him the plaque and with Verilla's basket, Real Estate basket. It was really nice. Great young man, very well-mannered, very polite. Back to action, Jim.
All right, here we go. Whitehead under center. Man in motion is Whitoish. And again, they're going to go outside this time. But again, they go with Stam, who carries a tackler for extra yardage. I'm going to give him about 8 yards on that carry, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Call it a long 2.
Matt Clifton had him there about for a yard gain, but he was able to break that tackle and
tackling high there.
Yes, tackling high. You're not going to get him high. And, you know, that quarterback, number 12, Whitehead, he's 6'6", 185, so he's a big quarterback.
3rd and 3 from the 26. Once again, they're going to try to get the first down with Stam, and he's going to come up short by about 1.5 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and a long yard. Caught it almost 2 from just inside the 26-yard line. We're just underway. First possession of the game for Philipsburg-Osceola. We're scoreless, 9:24 and counting left first quarter.
Nice job by Gamp on that play. He came downhill and he met the ball carrier right in the hole, Jim, just negated that whole play right in the hole at the line of scrimmage.
So first possession, first big play of the game for the Tyrone Golden Eagle defense. Need a stop. 4th and 2 from the 26. And again, they're going to go to Stam, who lowers the shoulder and drives ahead for the first down inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. Good blocking at the point of attack. And the Golden Eagles defense is bending. Let's see if they'll break. 1st and 10 as they'll move the chains, and the ball placed at the 23.
And it looked like Matt Clifton there on the stop, along with Alex Weaver for the Golden Eagles.
Mounties are out of the huddle quickly. Whitehead will go shotgun with Whitoish in the backfield, sidecar right. Looking to pass, first throw of the game, incomplete. skipped it in there, and the coaching staff, if you can hear from the other side of the field, I know I can hear it. I don't know if our mics are picking it up, but the pass was not well thrown, and the coaches are not happy with that throw.
He was not set at all on that play. His feet were still moving when he tried to throw it. He tried to throw it completely across the field, really. Was not going to happen, and that's good. So they're going to bring up second and long. From the looks of it so far, if they are in third or fourth and short, they're going to go with their power, set and power, try to run it down Tyrone's throat. So to keep it long would be great for Tyrone.
Whitehead going with the shotgun, and they go jet sweep and back in the backfield. Oh, there's a loose ball. Fumble picked up by the Golden Eagles. Excellent hit. And Matt Clifton comes up with the loose football, and boy, you could tell he was taught how to cover the football, got into a cradle position. Absolutely. And the turnover goes to the Golden Eagles on a big hit.
And that was one of the keys. We said that they couldn't turn the ball over, so they had some momentum going, turned the ball over. Now the Tyrone Golden Eagles will go on offense from their own 25-yard line.
So they bend but don't break. Offense comes out with their first possession. Clifton wide right, grip in the slot to the right. The ball on the near side hash, and they're going to give it to Hicks. Finds an opening, picks up good yardage. Give him 5, maybe 6, out to about the 31-yard line. And good opening hole there on that left side of the offensive line.
And Gamp just drove the defensive end almost to the Tyrone sideline to create that hole.
And Silva and Weaver did a nice job of opening up that hole for Tommy Hicks. 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. The ball's on the near side hash. They shift. Gwynn comes to the near side in the tight end position, and now Lucas is going to throw. Throws out into the flat to Ross Gamp, and the coverage is there, and it's maybe a gain of a yard for Ross Gamp.
That is Matt Martin in on the stop there for the Mounties, number 21.
Rhodes comes into the game. Gwynn goes out. Look for 4 receivers on this set with a 3rd and 4 from the the Tyrone 31-yard line. Trips to the near side. Grip to the top, that's Rhodes to the top side. Looking to throw to the near side. And it's going to be enough for a first down. The quick hitter over there to Rhodes from Brandon Lucas. Nice pickup.
And on the stop there, it looked like it's number 45, I believe that number is. If he puts his hands on it. Yep, 45. And that player is Aaron Depto. Depto. In case you're just joining us, no score. Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties and the Tyrone Golden Eagles with 6:50 left in the first quarter of action.
Tyrone won the coin toss, deferred, and forced a fumble on the Mounties' first possession, and now the Golden Eagles are looking to capitalize. They go Lucas under center. Hicks takes the ball, and he'll cut it back inside and pick up good yardage, near enough for a first down. It looked like maybe if he kept it outside, he may still be running, but we'll take the 10-yard gain. First down, Tommy Hicks.
Caleb Stan in on the tackle. Sometimes running backs have a tendency to want to run people over and not cut it out.
So the formation continues to work with Gamp in the fullback position, Hicks in the tailback. And they're going to give it to Hicks again, right side. He's got the sideline. Breaks it back inside. Another gain of big yards. This time it's 12 or 13 for Tommy Hicks.
I can't say enough about Gamp. That play, Jim, is designed to look at that defensive end. The defensive end doesn't see that fullback coming. It's almost like what's called a J block. He goes into the line of scrimmage, and then he runs parallel down the line of scrimmage, and he gets to the defensive end just in time to say, uh-oh. And then he just drives him. And Gamp has
He takes him where he's already going.
And if he can even push him upfield a little bit, he doesn't even have to destroy him. But Gamp's just destroying people.
Well, you talked in the pregame about getting the running game going and how it sets up the passing game. Tommy Hicks is again going to take the ball and jump steps past one tackler at the line of scrimmage and then picks up big yards again. Give him 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. The ball placed inside the Mounties half of the field at the 37, almost the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and Matt Martin in on the stop for the Mounties.
Call it 2nd and 4. They give him 6 yards on that carry. Let's see if they try to air one out here with the success of the running game. Camp is such a big kid. I don't know how Hicks sees over him.
When he fills out, he's going to be a man-child. He's going to be tough. There he is.
And
again.
here we're going to go. We're going to go to the air. Lucas avoids a tackle and then is sacked. He had his eyes downfield, didn't see the rush coming, and by the time he did, it was just too late, so it's a loss all the way back to the 44-yard line. Call it a loss of 7.
And Caleb Stam ended up beating Alex Weaver on that play. Lucas tried to cut back in underneath Weaver, but he had a handful of jersey. That's going to bring up a long 3rd and 12 right now.
Rhodes and Clifton will come in for this obvious passing down. Golden Eagles break the huddle. So it's Rhodes to the top side, Clifton to the near side in the slot with grip, and Hicks in the slot right, and there's a whistle at the snap of the football, and what do we have? I don't see a flag.
It's on the far sideline, I believe. Delay a game.
That had to be very, very close.
Really?
The 5-yard penalty takes it back near midfield, and there was some delay with players coming in and out for that play call, but I did not notice that it was getting close on the play call clock. So Rhodes will come out. Gwynn will come back in. Still an obvious passing down. And once again, the play clock is going to be a little bit of a problem as it's down to 5. Trips to the near side. Straight drop. Over the middle. Wide open is Grip. Makes the catch at the 25. Brought down at the 23. Hit in stride by Brandon Lucas.
He called it incomplete.
They called
pass.
it incomplete.
I thought I saw the ball come out. I thought maybe it was a fumble, but it looked like his back was to us. The key is, did he have full possession or was he bobbling it?
Oh, my. You don't see that happen very often.
No. Okay.
So the punt team will come out for the Golden Eagles, but they do flip the field as far as field position is concerned. Gamp will stand inside the 40 at his own 37-yard line to receive the snap and boot it away.
Hopefully Gamp has worked this week on getting that off a little quicker than he's been.
High snap, but good thing Gamp is a little bit taller than everybody else out on the field and makes the catch on the snap and then boots it away and goes out of bounds on the far sideline. No return. Philipsburg-Osceola football. 1st and 10 at the Mounties 13-yard line. 13. Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory with you, bringing Tyrone Golden Eagle football into your homes and your cars. 3:55 left first quarter. We're scoreless. 1st and 10 for Philipsburg, their second possession. It'll start at their own 13. They fumbled on their last possession. Tyrone not able to capitalize.
Well, Jim, for some reason, they haven't signaled yet, but both teams are coming off to the side of the field.
Yeah, TV timeout.
Oh, is it a TV timeout?
TV timeout.
Well,
so there you go.
Well, we have a TV timeout. Let's take a look at
Let's
some
do
of
what
those
the
people.
TV folks are doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these are the people that are responsible for making WTRN 96.9, 100.7 FM, the home of Tyrone Golden Eagle football, that you can listen to us every time Tyrone takes the field. Jim and I appreciate being in your cars, your living rooms, sometimes your back porches, but never in your dog
around
house.
the you know what, around the fire pit on a night like tonight.
Exactly. But again, thank you, 5-star Mitsubishi, the staff and management at Vitro, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, and again a nice thank you to them for the great job they do for our Thursday night coaching show on our sister station WRTA.
They feed you there, don't they?
They bring out a nice little, Dave Shannon takes care of that for us.
Does he?
Oh, he's right there. But they do a great job. They're good, and we really appreciate them and the support that they're giving us. 5-Star Power Sports, Surplus City, Home Helpers, and Tyrone Ford. All very key and important members of bringing Tyrone Golden Eagle football to Golden Eagle fans throughout the area. Not just Blair County. I mean, we're getting told, you were told that you had somebody down in Muhlenberg.
Yeah, Muhlenberg listening to us 3 hours away. The signal is strong, no doubt about it.
Evansburg. We get texts from people from all over the country saying that they're listening to us. Last week we had a text from Redland, California. So we'll let you know when those texts come in.
Flag at the snap of the football as both teams are back to action on a 1st and 10 from the 13, a carry of a couple of yards, and I believe that was Stam on the carry.
The motion penalty is going to go against the Mounties. Their one wingback went into motion, and he started up the field. He was 2 yards up moving forward. You can't go towards the line of scrimmage when you're in motion until the ball's snapped, unless you get set.
The 5-yard mark off will take it back inside the 10 to just outside the 8-yard line. Scoreless, 3:51 left to go first quarter. Mounties come up to the line of scrimmage with a single receiver to the near side. Tight formation otherwise. Whitehead under center. Man in motion to the near side. They're going to give it to Stam. And now the Golden Eagles are starting to figure out the blocking schemes and the rushing attack for the Mounties. They filled that hole nicely.
Dean Grassi on the stop there, right in there, making it a very, very short gain. So it's going to bring up Jim a 2nd and about 13 for the Mounties.
The ball resting with the nose of the football at the 10-yard line. They are going from left to right are the Mounties, and the ball is on the far side hash as they're looking to the sideline to get the play call. And here they come to the line of scrimmage. Whitehead towers over that offensive line as he looks over the Golden Eagles defense. Man coming in motion that are going to go with a pass from his end zone. Whitehead throws, and it's complete on the near sideline. Big gain out to midfield. A nice pitch and catch to Hunter Wytoish. The coverage was just a step behind, and that pass had to be perfect, Judd.
Yep, and it was. He delivered it on the run, right in the open window, right over the outstretched fingertips of Clifford Beck. And that was another big play for Philipsburg-Osceola, giving them a first down on Tyrone's side of the field.
42 yards, 43 yards officially on the pitch and catch. The yards after the catch into Tyrone territory. Whitehead under center. And they go back to the rushing game. This time it's Stam. And gains about 4.
Stam runs hard. He was hit by Dean Grassi right in the hole, and he just bounced off of. Both of them hit each other hard, and he kept his feet and was able to get about good 3 or 4 yards on that play.
2nd and a long 6 from the 43 of the Golden Eagles, who forced a fumble and recovered it. Matt Clifton covered it up on the Mounties' last possession as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Whitehead is going to give it to Stam again over the left side, and Gamp will bring him down, but not before he picks up 2. Tackled him from behind.
Chased him down.
And got him low enough to bring him down, but it's going to bring up a very manageable 3rd and 4 from the 41.
This kind of makes it a little bit different. They can't just rely on going strict power here. They might have to do something a little bit out of the ordinary.
This would not typically be 4-down territory.
It all depends. No, but it depends on what they do here,
right,
obviously.
Right. And they go straight up the middle to Stam again, and he is hit in the hole and brought down with a no gain. It's going to bring up 4th and 4.
Matt Clifton and Dean Grassi and Alex Weaver, all 3 right there for the Golden Eagles.
And they are going to try to pin the Golden Eagles back, and they're going to punt it away.
Now, this is where you need to be careful. They're going to have just one in there, obviously.
Just one back deep to receive. It's Rhodes just outside his own 10. They are definitely watching for a fake punt. And as a result, The Mounties will have to boot it away, and there will be no return as it hits at the 10. Takes a bounce towards the sideline, but will stay in bounds. Down at the 6, the Mounties. Pinning the Golden Eagles back. It'll be 1st and 10 for Tyrone at their own 6-yard line.
And boy, that was a nice punt there. Good roll. And and you could hear Coach Vroman clear on the other side. He thought Tyrone had jumped offside, but they didn't break the neutral zone. They had the movement, but there was no infraction on the neutral zone. But it's amazing how clear that's coming across from the other side of the field. It's not
it's not like there's no fans here.
It's not like it was at Bald
Good turnout
Eagle.
for the Tyrone faithful, by the way. Taking advantage of all tickets available. Golden Eagles out of the huddle. The ball's sitting on the far side hash, going from right to left. This could be the last play of the first quarter. I formation. Lucas gives to Hicks. Hicks gets a little more breathing room out to about the 8-yard line, maybe the 9. Unless they say his knee was down. And they're going to give him the 7-yard line. A gain of 1 or 2.
Matt Martin in on the stop for the Mounties, and that will be the last play, Jim, of the first quarter.
All right, the first quarter is in the books. We are scoreless. Philipsburg-Osceola and Tyrone Golden Eagle football. We are bringing it to you on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Classic favorites, WTRN. Back after this.
Have you heard the exciting news? Staff management at Vitro in Tipton has just increased their sign-on bonuses. The sign-on bonus for night shift is now $1,750. Wait, what, $1,750? Is that correct?
We're checking on that now, Steve. Yep, that's what it is.
Okay, then. Plus a $400 sign-on bonus for returning employees and $250 bonus for days.
It also says they have a $50 weekly bonus for perfect attendance.
I see it. Just go to smjobs.com. That's smjobs.com and apply now or call 686-7050.
Hi, this is Ashley Miller with Park Hills Golf Club and Tavern 27, inviting you to come and tour our beautiful facility for your future events. We are currently booking holiday parties, indoor and outdoor 2021 weddings, and many other events. For more information on events at Park Hills Golf Club and Tavern 27, call me, Ashley, at 814-944-3313, extension 101.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
Back at Gray Field alongside Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory, and we are set to get things underway with the second quarter coming your way. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast, and as an additional feature, the game is being live streamed with our voices on the Tyrone School District website, as well as a TV broadcast tonight. So I believe that most folks have the sound down, and they're giving us the call.
I'm sure.
Yeah, well,
that's what they tell us.
At least that's what my family tells me. Yeah, they have to. All right, 2nd and 9 from the 7 for the Golden Eagles, going from left to right. The ball's near side hash. They're going to go with the pitch to Hicks over the left side. Cuts it back inside. Gets a couple of yards. He keeps wanting to go back inside. Are they doing a good job of forcing him, or does he have an opportunity to kick it out if he wants to?
I think Tommy's just a natural cut back. Hit the cutback lane.
Yeah.
And, your chances of getting a 4 or 5 yard gain are good. A lot better than breaking
he
it.
He picked
for
up 3 on
yards.
that one.
Yeah, but it's tough. But he's trying to undercut the linebackers and then cut down on the inside pursuit and let them go by him.
Okay. 3rd and 6 from their own 10. Rhodes to the near side, wide grip, top side. Back in the backfield is Gamp, rolling right, throwing downfield, and it is over the head of the intended receiver, Rhodes. So while the rushing game for Tyrone showed signs, no signs of it there, and the passing game has not been clicking yet. Is it a matter of time, or is it giving Philipsburg defense credit?
Well, I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
Philipsburg's they're playing inspired. I mean, Vroman, when he was a coach up at Philipsburg before, it was very tenacious when Tyrone played Philipsburg. He always wanted to win more than anything. He was really intense on that. And I'm sure he's been instilling that in his kids all week, Jim.
From his own end zone, Gamp will kick it away to Whiteush, standing at the Eagles' 45-yard line. No rush, and a big spiral that goes out of bounds. It'll be an interesting spot. I'm going to say it's out of bounds at about the Tyrone 40-yard line, maybe the 39. Actually gave them the 41. So the Mounties will take over with excellent field position, their third possession of the game. Here in the first half, we're still scoreless. Second quarter just underway. 1st and 10 for the Mounties at the Tyrone 41-yard line.
And don't forget about our 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show, which will be coming up at halftime. We'll have quite a bit of information for you, and look forward to sharing.
The halftime show is coming up at halftime.
Exactly. That's why they call it a halftime show. I told you to read that book, and you did.
I did.
Great job, buddy.
Whistle before the snap of the football as the Tyrone Golden Eagles will call timeout. They see something there that they weren't quite set for and familiar with. So with the timeout on the field, we'll take this opportunity to tell you that Madison Coleman was recognized as the homecoming queen tonight. Congratulations to the Coleman family. It was quite a number of participants, contestants, if you will. Yes. School spirit shows itself very nicely when you have that many kids willing to put themselves out there to participate and say, I'd like to be. And it was a nice scene here at Gravets Memorial Field. Also, it is not just homecoming, but senior night, and to recognize the senior football players with their parents, and just a great community event here
Jim,
at the field.
And I agree wholeheartedly. And Jim, here we just got another text.
Oh, okay.
And Chris and Wanda Wilson.
Yeah.
Graduates of Tyrone Area High School, and now they're completely on the other side of the country. They're in Redlands, California, and they just wrote to us, and I quote, "We're listening to you on watching the game on Eagle Eye YouTube." So our sound is going live on Eagle Eye
Television.
And it's perfect. And she says it's Friday night thing for us now in Redlands, California for sure. And Jim, it was 100 degrees there today. So much for fall weather. We really enjoy your broadcast, so thank you.
I bet they're missing the fall foliage. It's been beautiful around here this month as the delayed handoff is taken there by David Mearsand. And a couple of yards gained on 1st and 10. Give him about 2 inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Dean Grassi on the stop for the Golden Eagles.
Mounties break the huddle. Whitehead will go under center. 2 backs in the backfield, and they're going to go to the run game. Through the middle. My goodness, Stam is just a beast. That's the 4th time he has broken off a big gainer. And once he gets into the secondary, past the second wave, the linebacking core, he is very, very dangerous.
Right. That's
another big gain down to the 13-yard line. A gain of about 30.
Those quick openers are giving the Golden Eagles a little bit of difficulty up front. That last one looked like it's just a real quick trap.
Whitehead hands to Stam again, and look at him just push 3 Golden Eagles before he finally comes down after a gain of about 1.5 yards to 2 yards, just outside the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Dean Grassi, Tommy Hicks.
Keegan Gwynn.
Keegan Gwynn all in on that tackle. They're going to spot it on the 10-yard line.
Philipsburg has shown that their offense is formidable. They've picked up big yardage either on the ground or through the air, and right now the ground game is working as Whitehead sends Whitetoish in motion. They're going to give it to him over the right side, picking his way near the end zone. Doesn't get in, but he's close. He's down to about the 2-yard line, Chuck.
Which will pick up a first down for them. They're going to have 1st and goal, Jim, at the Tyrone, 2-yard line?
Mm-hmm. This Golden Eagle defense has been faced with this kind of adversity where they've had the goal line has been at the back. of the Golden Eagle defense, and they've been able to turn teams away. Let's see if they can do it here, facing a 1st and goal at their own 3. The Mounties looking for the first score of the game. Whitehead under center. Stam in the backfield. Whitehead's going to keep it, and then Whitehead, he's pushing with power behind him from Stam. I'm going to say that he is about a yard shy.
When you're 6'6" from the 2-yard line, you got a pretty good chance of getting it in, but he gained 1 of the yards. So let's call it 2nd and goal at the 1.
A big play here would be a turnover.
Oh, that'd be huge.
That would be huge. The Golden Eagles have forced 1 so far. Other than that, it's been a fairly cleanly played game. Whitehead is going to keep it again, and this time he's going to be stopped. Blow the whistle. How much time are you going to give him before he finally goes in? Where is the forward progress?
Was stopped, and then they just allowed the to keep pushing. My goodness.
I don't know how they didn't see that forward progress was stopped there after a second or 2, but they're going to give him the time to push him in. And so the first score of the game is going to go to the Mounties as Ryan Whitehead pushes it across with help from his backfield mate there. That's Caleb Stam with the extra push from behind. And so the extra point is on its way, and then there's a whistle. Is there a flag, some movement?
I think this is going against Philipsburg. It looks like somebody tried to reset after they were already set. Oh, they're calling it offside.
Offsides against the Golden Eagles. Does that change their thoughts about the extra point? Will Rischel is the extra point kicker.
Now
it's going to decline it.
Decline it.
So they'll line up to do it again. The snap and the holder. Good penetration by the Golden Eagles defense. Silva got through. Rhodes got through. And they're going to say it's no good.
Yeah, it looked like
the pressure worked.
Looked like it was just a little bit wide left. But, boy, he had the foot on that. So there's a break there.
It takes a little bit of the momentum push away from the Mounties. As now the Tyrone Golden Eagles find themselves down 6-0 with 8:09 left to go. Second quarter here in Tyrone. Alongside Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory, bringing you Tyrone Golden Eagle football on Classic Favorites, 96.9, 100.7 WTRN.
And we're bringing that to you thanks to sponsors that we have, such as Gardner's Candies, The Wireless Zone, Varilla Real Estate, Premier Press Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Justin Reeder Timber and Harvesting, in the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home. And Jim, we've talked about this before, that a lot of these businesses that I just read there are part of the Tyrone community, as well as having some of the people that played football here at Tyrone are now operating those companies and working at those companies, and it's great to see them giving back.
Well, I will also say that when you add in Vitro and the staff and management of Vitro, it's one of the larger employers in Blair County.
In the area, right. So, again, Tyrone is, we've called them the Cardiac Kids. We're only in the second quarter, so we can't really refer to that, but they've come from behind pretty good so far. And
we're awaiting the TV timeout. Okay.
It's at another TV timeout. Yeah. Don't forget about our halftime. At halftime today, we're going to be have the 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show coming up.
And so back deep to receive is
looks like Clifford.
Yep,
Beck.
Clifford and Beck. Mm-hmm. And it looks like the TV timeout has finished. And so now we'll await the kick from Rischel. And it'll go to Beck at his 16, up over the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, looking for the middle of the field. He's at the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, brought down at the 4. And a horse collar tackle will tack on some extra yards. What a big return. 80 yards on the return by Cliff Beck. That's his biggest play of the season, and what a great time to come up with it, Chuck.
Yes, and you could tell the way they took that ball and moved it clear over here to the hash in front of us that they did not want to kick the ball to Mac Clifton at all. And they may rethink that now because with that 80-yard return, and he really turned the jets on it about the Tyrone 45. And if it wasn't for the horse collar, he would have fallen into the end zone on the tackle for a touchdown. So first and goal for Tyrone. And just like that, they're knocking on the door.
And it's such a dangerous tackle, too. Injuries can be very serious with that kind of play. So first and goal from the 3 of the Philipsburg Mounties. They go Gamp blocking for Clifton, but he's tackled in the backfield. That play had little chance from the snap of the football. A loss of 3 back to the 6.
David Weaver, 5'10", 205-pound defensive lineman, came free. Nobody blocked him at all. He was right through the gap and was right there. Hicks just had enough time to look up and take the handoff, and he was being hit.
Second and goal from the 6. Tight formation. This time they give it to Hicks left side. He's looking for the end zone. Puts his head down. Is he in? Boy, it looks like he had every ounce and every yard he needed to get in, but they're going to say he is just shy.
Just shy. And have you noticed?
Third and less than a yard.
The last couple of Gamp caught that pass down here, and the last game, the home game here, and it was marked right on the 1-inch line. Now we're right at the 1-inch line. That looks like the nose of the ball is almost on the goal line.
Third and goal inside the 1. Lucas keeps it, and they're not gonna wait. He is into the end zone. We're tied at 6 just like that. Cliff Beck with an 80-yard return, a horse collar tackle, and 3 plays later, the Golden Eagles tied at 6 with Kendall Markley ready to take the lead with the extra point. Markley puts it through. The extra point is good. Tyrone jumps out in front, 7-6, answering right back with a score of their own. 6:40 left to go, second quarter here in Tyrone.
Now we have momentum going back and forth here. One of these teams is going to have to establish and take control of momentum. The key for Tyrone to really put the momentum in their corner would be to get them a three and out on this next possession here. 6:40 left to go in the half, Jim, and Tyrone now has the lead 7-6.
And that's one of the things we talked about in the pregame, that the coaching staff has just a terrific ability of being able to make adjustments. As you talked about last week against Penns Valley, they need to make adjustments against this running game to prevent those big gainers by Stam. And so we'll see what they can come up with here. But they should be able to focus on the running game. They should be able to sell out against the running game.
They came out slow. I think we both saw that, Tyrone. And I know after being with Coach for 17 years, senior nights and homecoming, he used to just hate that because it was such a distraction.
Distractions, I gotcha.
The whole thing was turned upside down.
Gwynn. Kick hits at the 20. Trouble picking it up there by Whiteuish. And he's going to be bottled. No, he's going to break a tackle. Over to the right side. And is finally brought down at about the 21-yard line with a flag coming in at the tackle. Are they going to say that was a horse collar?
Oh, absolutely. And that was, I'm trying to look to see who that was there.
You say absolutely. I didn't see it, but you have better eyes than I do. So
they're going to definitely call that it's against Tyrone, 15 yards. It was definitely a horse collar. I thought it was number 22, but I couldn't tell for sure. And then a whole bunch of them come off the field together. So we'll just say it was on a Tyrone Golden Eagle.
Okay. So Whiteuish on the return, plus the horse collar tackle, brings it out to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mounties. Whitehead Hands to Stam. A couple, maybe 3.
And it looks like Gamp on the stop for the Golden Eagles.
Give him 2. 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line of the Mounties. Coming up on the 6-minute mark, left in the go in the second quarter.
And Stamp so far has been the workhorse for the Mounties of Philipsburg.
He's the single back in the backfield behind Whitehead. Man in motion. They give it to Stam again. This time he is stopped again. Practically no gain. Maybe a half a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. Call it 3rd and a long 7 from just outside that 37-yard line.
Weaver, Grassi.
Now they moved it out to the 34, excuse me.
Surely. Weaver, Grassi, and number 50, 60, 41. No. Yep, it was Cliff. Holy cow. He gets in the middle of everything. He was in the middle.
You know, you're really safe if any time you just don't know. Just say, I think it's Clifton.
He's a defensive end and helped make a stop over the center. I mean, amazing quickness.
Play clock is down to 4, 3, 2. Are they going to get it off? They do. Whitehead rolls right, looking to throw. Near sideline, pitch and catch. The catch is made there by Nathan Gutsky. And it's enough for a first down. No, it's not.
A little bit short.
About a yard.
Going to be 4th down. And
4th and 1 from your own 44. This would be a big stop. If you could stop them here. I'm surprised that they don't punt this away, but they are going to maybe try and pull somebody off.
Yeah, it could be. Either that or I think everyone in this whole stadium knows that Stamp's going to get the ball.
Big play for the Tyrone defense to turn it back over to the offense with this kind of field position. They're going to go for it. Stam gets it.
Got it.
A gain of about 2. They'll move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Mounties at their own 47-yard line.
Clifford.
Gutsy call by the Mounties.
I think anything under 2 yards on 4th down, they could probably feel pretty secure that they're going to give it to. They trust that he's going to get it for them.
Mounties break the huddle. The ball's on the far side hash. Single receiver left, power left. Under center with a man in motion. They go with the sweep again. This time it's Carter Webster. And he is hit hard. And Golden Eagle is down after a block here on the near side by Caleb Stam. You can't see who it is.
Brandon Lucas and Tommy Hicks who are in on the tackle there for.
I can hear.
Can't tell for
I
sure
heard
who it is.
Who I can't see who the player is right now.
Because I know Hicks was also in on the stop, and he's the only one that I don't see kneeling out there. No, he's out there. Tommy's out there. We'll have to wait until we get a clear number. We don't want to guess. And while they're doing that and getting the teams off the field, don't forget about our 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show coming up. At halftime, we were going to have first half stats and analysis, and then also we'll be going back to the studio, and you'll be getting an update on some area scores. A lot of things going on with playoffs and playoff implications that because of this COVID starts next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be coming up during our 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show. And the player's getting up now for Tyrone. Let's see who that is. That's number 20.
Is that Wheat?
That's number 26. That's Noah Sprankle.
Okay.
Noah Sprankle.
Colton Miller has come into the game, and it sounded like maybe there was a problem with Sprankle's elbow, the right elbow. I think he just fell awkwardly after a big block from Caleb Stam.
They gave him a yard after all that. They gave him a yard gain.
2nd and 9 from the 48 of the Mounties. So Miller's in there, and he draws the coverage here on the near side. And they're going to look to throw, but they're going to go away from Miller, and they're going to throw it over the head of Whiteush. Brings up 3rd and 9.
And number 25, once again, Gamp for Tyrone. came in there and put those big arms up in the air and jumped and forced Whitehead to throw that ball high. Give credit to Cortland Rhodes. Nice coverage on the play. 3rd and 10. And this kind of takes Stamp out of the equation a little bit here with 3rd and 9 to go, Jim.
Kyle Hahn will come wide to the near side with Stam in the slot. 2 receivers top side, and they're going to go play action. Pass to the right side hash, and the catch was made there by Aaron Depto, and Grassi makes the tackle. It's going to bring up 4th and 7, and that's going to be a much more obvious punting situation for the Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties and their coaching staff to boot it away from just inside Tyrone territory.
Grassi did a great job. That was a wide receiver screen into the middle, and he made sure he was in his area and was right there to make the stop.
Rhodes back deep to receive. Ball is skipped in there to the punter, and he gets it away, but it does affect his timing as Rhodes bobbles the catch. It's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Mounties, and it's a touchdown. No,
I'm thinking they're going to call this a fair catch. He called it a fair catch.
Dominic Shaw came up with the recovery.
I think it's going to be Tyrone's ball here, Jim. He was waving coming up for a fair catch, and he got up there, and they did not allow him to make the catch. So Tyrone should get this ball on their own 28-yard line.
They're saying it's Philipsburg-Osceola football.
Really?
That are you able to advance a fumble on a punt?
If it bounces up like that, it's a fumble. A fumble that bounces up, you can. But I thought he was calling for a fair catch. Let's see what they've called.
Well, they've pointed Philipsburg way.
Well, it is. They gave it to the Mountie. So apparently he did not have possession of the ball or had it and dropped it. But
it was in traffic trying to make that catch. I thought, let it go. Let it go. 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 28-yard line. It's 7-6. Tyrone out in front on a Brandon Lucas quarterback sneak from inside the 1 as Stam will maybe get a yard. Yeah, they give him a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 27 of the Eagles.
Jacob Johnson and Gamp in on the stop for Tyrone.
Coming down to the 2-minute mark left to go before the half. And the Mounties have just 1 timeout left, so it could become a factor here. Stam in the backfield as Whitehead goes under center. Looking to throw. Can't get set. Feels the pressure, and he is sacked.
And that looks like, is that Gamp again?
Yes, it is.
It is. Gamp again. Ran him down from behind, reached out, grabbed the jersey, and pulled him down.
And he had to fight through a block or two to get there as well. That's an impressive play by Ross Gamp.
Once again, the sophomore. Again, got to give him credit. That's going to bring up 3rd down and quite
a loss of 11 back to the 38-yard line brings up 3rd and 20. What a big play. You really needed that after giving up the fumbled punt deep in your own territory.
This time clock's ticking down. They're down to 3 seconds. They're going to either have to call their last time out or take it with 1 second.
Well, they do to avoid the delay of game penalty. So with 1:01 left to go in the half, Tyrone leads it by a score of 7-6. Is this the kind of game you were expecting?
It's hard to say with the way Philipsburg plays. Like last year, and I mentioned that early on in the game, they were right in it until halftime. I mean, Tyrone came out and then had a 2-touchdown lead, and then the next thing you know, they started to coast a little bit.
Right.
But they didn't have a 2-touchdown lead tonight. I think Philipsburg's playing inspired, and they're playing good. And again, the turnovers. You cannot make turnovers, and give the ball up and give anyone a short field, and that's what Philipsburg did. Luckily, they've made a really nice play here to put some pressure on.
Well, we go back to something else we talked about in the pregame, and that is conditioning. We'll see the effects of that conditioning for Tyrone in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, where they have played some of their best football throughout the first 4 weeks of the season here.
Absolutely. And I think that Coach Vroman left that 25-second clock go down to 1 second, and he tried to take as much time off the clock. I think he was planning on, well, if we don't score, we'll kick it, and the clock will run, and Tyrone would get the ball back, but they'll have like maybe 30 seconds to try to go 90-some yards.
Whitetoish in motion. It's Whitehead looking to throw, and man, does he throw a fast, hard ball, and it's intercepted by Tommy Hicks, who just stepped in there and said, I'm a DB, but I'm a good receiver too. He made a great catch, turns the ball over, and so the Golden Eagles now with all 3 timeouts left, 56.5 seconds left to go before the half, leading at 7-6. Let's see what they can do.
And that turnover and the momentum, everything swings, and that was really good. Tommy Hicks read the quarterback's eyes. Whitehead had time. He just tried to
to force one in there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to get it right at the sideline so he could step out of bounds, but Hicks read it perfectly and jumped in there, was able to get a foot down, and now it's going the other way. Golden Eagle ball, 1st and 10 from their own 31.
Lucas brings them out. He'll go shotgun with Gamp just off his right hip. 3 receivers to the near side. Looking to throw. Rolling. Has blocking. Has time. Thinks about setting and then thinks about running. He's got room. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. He could go. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Did he get to the pylon? Just shy. What a great run by Brandon Lucas.
I hope they're not going to call Tommy Hicks for blocking below the waist. Yep, chop block.
Yeah, they did.
Yep, he did. He knocked down the last guy, but he did. He hit him, looked like the waist, and he slid down to his knees. So that's a tough one there.
So the block below the waist is a spot foul. Where do they mark it back to?
It should be, I believe, a 15-yard penalty. Should take it back to about the 30-yard line. If they mark it 30, 31.
That is unfortunate, but it is a big play for Brandon Lucas. Let's not forget that now the Golden Eagles have put themselves in a position to see what they can do in this last 38 seconds to put the ball in the end zone. Sure, you'd like to have it inside the 5, but keeping the positives to this, the Golden Eagles lead at 7-6, and they are in a position to see what they can do to add to that 1-point lead with another touchdown here before the half.
And I believe the Golden Eagles have used their first timeout. Yes, they did. They still have 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to have the ball 1st and goal at the, call it the 35-yard line? Yep, 35-yard line. So they definitely have time with the 2 timeouts and the passing game. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I'm sure they're not going to be looking to play for a field goal attempt. They want to put this ball into the end zone, Jim.
Well, the time is the factor, and Kendall Markley could be called upon here to put 3 up on the board.
It's possible. Like I said, she was kicking from the 15, and with the 10 extra yards, making it a 25. And then Coach Franco told me earlier that he felt confident, from kicking from the 15. So 25 yards in, he would feel confident with her. But we'll have to wait and see. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show with statistics, analysis, and of course we'll go back to the studio and you'll get update scores from around the area.
From the best halftime show that Radio Rich can put on.
Absolutely.
He's a star behind the glass as our producer and does a great job with the halftime show, giving you all kinds of scores and statistics, and then, of course, a question about Golden Eagle football history. Grip is in the slot, Clifton wide right. Hicks is also in the slot as Brandon Lucas looking to throw. He's got time. He's going to go deep. It's intended for Grip, and did he come down with the catch? That was a jump ball that Lucas just got away, and there's a flag back here at the 45-yard line. I'm wondering if there might be a roughing the passer personal foul, as Lucas is now actually shaking that right hand. Hopefully it's not injured in such a way that's going to affect him to be able to throw the football the rest of this football game. But that's a big penalty and a big play on the catch made by Damon Grip.
Great adjustment and catch. And I'll tell you what, it's a good thing this game was played at night, because if that would have been played in the day, Lucas threw up a duck. Somebody would have shot that. It was an ugly pass, but Grip made
Well, the
it
penalty
look
takes
great.
it all the way down to the 6-yard line. So with 30.3 seconds left, first and goal for Tyrone at the Mounties 6-yard line. And it's another timeout. So we'll have a chance to as a coach, what kind of player, because you've got to keep in mind, you have one timeout left. What are you looking for here?
I'm looking, with the ball being on the 6-yard line, I don't want to go up the middle because then you can have a POW and a Philipsburg Smart. They're going to take 2 days to unPOW. So I'm looking for Hicks behind Gamp to go outside to the wide side of the field, which would be running to the left. And I look for him to see the block, whichever way Gamp decides to block. Then it's up to him. But I would look to see him bounce it outside.
Try to reach the pylon
and head for the pylon.
Okay.
Because he has plenty of time to do that, plus call timeout if he doesn't get in. So I think that would be the ideal play to run and utilize that wide side of the field and Tommy's speed in the power behind Gamp's blocking.
Both teams coming back after the timeout conversation. Clifton will go to the wide side of the field. Let's see if they go I. Looks like they will. So Damon Grip looks like he might attract double coverage here on the near side.
It may be coming this way, Jim. I thought it was on this hash. It's on the far hash.
And it's Lucas rolling, and he is sacked. No, he pitches it forward to Tommy Hicks. A forward pass to Hicks inside the 5, and that'll force the timeout. But what a resourceful play by Brandon Lucas. Not only resourceful, but accurate under pressure, avoids a sack, and actually allows the Golden Eagles to still have a chance to put some points on the board. If he is sacked back at the 25-yard line, man, it gets a whole lot tougher from there.
That changes everything, because right now they have no timeouts left, 19.9 seconds. They're on they're placing it on the 4?
Yeah, it looks like it's inside the 4.
Yeah, it looks closer to the 3, to be honest with you, but they're placing it down there. Now, that would mean Kendall would kick from about the 12 or 13, so they're in her range.
Right.
But obviously they want to get in right now.
But with no timeouts left, you don't have time to get the kicking team out on the field.
And that was a basketball pass. I mean, he didn't bring that ball up over. He took that ball. He was holding it in front of his numbers, and as he felt himself going down, he just shot his hand out from his number. Shuttle pass. When the referee was right there, he was saying yes, yes, yes. Good play. So great play there by the athletic ability.
And Hicks almost got it in.
Yes, he did.
He needs to just break one more tackle. So the ball on the near side hash will send Brandon Lucas under center. Split backs in the backfield. Damon Grip wide left. Lucas has it. Straight drop. Quick pass to Keegan Gwynn out of the tight end position for the touchdown. 4 yards. Brandon Lucas to Keegan Gwynn for his second of the season. And the Golden Eagles add to the lead. They'll make it 14-6 with the upcoming extra point. That is not a play that we have seen on the field for Tyrone, so it means it wasn't on tape for Philipsburg to be able to prepare for. It's good. It's 14-6. 17.1 seconds left in the half, and the Golden Eagles have taken control.
And that was huge there. To go up like that at halftime. Now they're up by 8 points. That's huge, especially considering that Philipsburg had the ball with 1 minute and 1 second left at the Tyrone 26-yard line. So they not only took the turnover, but they flipped the field and went down to score.
The big play, a big run by Brandon Lucas.
And Markley she continues to impress with her kicking. We are looking forward to our halftime 5-star Mitsubishi halftime show.
It's about this time that I'm missing the concession stand.
Yeah, they haven't had any concessions at any of the stadiums this year.
No. A halftime hot dog would be really good. So Keegan Gwynn, just fresh off catching his second touchdown pass in as many weeks, will kick it away. And this will likely be a squibber. Don't forget, the Golden Eagles deferred with the opening kickoff, so they'll get the ball to start the second half, leading 14-6. Kicked along the ground, picked up at the 20. That's Whiteuish up over the 25. Good blocking out in front as he tries to get the corner and will not. Tackled just inside the sideline marker at about the 31-yard line.
And that's Clifford Beck, number 22, on a stop for the Golden Eagles. So there are 8.4 seconds left in the first quarter. And we understand that for our first attempt to work with the Tyrone Area School District with their streaming of the game has been a big success for the first half. Our audio has synced up with them, and you're being able to listen to
It's like doing a TV broadcast.
Exactly. Exactly. We can add this to our resume for when we go to ESPN.
Look out, Brent Musburger.
Oh, my. But we really do thank the school and the radio station. The great team effort.
And they're going to give it to their most popular back. That's Caleb Stam, and that'll be the end of the first half. 14-6 is your score after 2 quarters from Gravets Memorial Field. Alongside Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Classic favorites, WTRN.
The family at Tyrone Ford would like to wish the Tyrone Golden Eagles a successful season. Like many of your families, they can't be there in person, but they are listening and they're with you every play. Tyrone Ford would also like to give a special thanks to all the parents who have spent many years taking their kids and their friends to practices, games, and events. It takes a community to raise a child, and Tyrone Ford is honored to be a part of the Tyrone family.
We are going to have the senior cheerleaders and senior band members here on. Again, hiring the senior cheerleaders. First up, Lindsay Fleck, escorted by her parents Brian and Amy Fleck. Lindsay has her extracurricular activities, National Honor Society, Tribe and Ski Club, favorite cheer moment, Friday night light cheering on her friend. With advice to underclassmen, get involved or party, take advice from others. Lindsay plans to attend Penn State to major in animal science and eventually become a veterinarian. Next up, Sky Rupp. Escorted by her parents, Tanya Hartson and Dalton Rupp. Extracurricular activities, Deanne Golden Revolution Student Council, National Honor Society Prom Committee, and the Nova League All-Stars. Favorite cheer moment is when my All-Star team won the U.S. Cheer Dance Finals. Placed underclassmen who always move the road, so keep challenging yourself. Planning to take 10 college and pursue a career in the medical field. Next up, IUT and pursue a career in the medical field. Next up, Morgan Garment, escorted by parents Nathan and Eric Garment. Extracurricular activity began at the ELA in the evening. They were cheerleaders this Sunday on Friday night light. You should plan to attend Indiana University to pursue a career in business and education. And now we're going to honor the band members. First out, Sarah Herr, escorted by Crystal and Barry Herr. Instruments for Sarah, clarinet, and bass drum. Extracurricular activities, marching band, indoor percussion, and yeah. Favorite band moment, getting to make new friends, plans to attend college. Next up, Trinity Mallon, escorted by parents Nikki and Jamie Mallon. Instruments, contra alto clarinet, bass clarinet, percussion, and piano. Extracurricular activities, marching band, and indoor percussion. Plans to go to Rock Haven and take a major in education. Next up, Scott Sessonen, escorted by parents Scott Sessonen and Carrie Sessonen. 8 years in band, instrument bass drum, extracurricular activities track. Future plans to go to trade school in the electrical field. Next up, Kevin Schneider. Parents Stephanie Cavello and Josh Schneider. Instrument is trumpet. Extracurricular activity, indoor percussion, jazz band, and aviation. Favorite band moment is tonight. Finally arriving at the end of it all. Future plans, further aviation career by obtaining bachelor's in aviation management with flight at the Ford Institute of Technology. Afterward, he will become a flight instructor. Next up, Tyler Scott Banning, escorted by parents Amanda Luga and Brian Banning. 7 years in the band, instrument percussion, extracurricular activities, National Honor Society, indoor percussion, marching band, bowling, and mock trial. Future plans to go to Robert Morris University to study cyber forensics. Next up, Paige and Cheyenne Webster. First, Paige Webster, parents escorted by Tim and Dave Webster. Instruments, clarinet, tenor sax, baritone sax, and bass drum. Favorite band memory, singing on the bus on the way to competition. Future plans to join the Army Reserves and go to college to major in physical therapy and minor in business management. Cheyenne Webster, also 8 years in the band, instrument percussion, extracurricular indoor percussion, plans to go to college and major in marine biology. Next up, Becca White, escorted by parents Eric and Julie White. 8 years in the band, instruments piccolo, flute, and drum major, extracurricular Fox Extension Drama Club in Yam. Favorite band memory performing at the Region 11 Championship and being drum major with her brother. Future plans to go to Penn State and major in mathematics. And next up, Madison Wineland, escorted by parents Jody and John Wineland. 2 years in the band, instruments majorette in band front. Extracurricular Yam, FDLA, Starlight Brewers, Marching and Starlight Brewers, Competition Team, National Honor Society, Student Council, and Community Service. Future plans to further her education inside college. Ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, have a round of applause for cheerleaders and band teamwork. And we are now going to present the Marching Band Performer of the Week Award. Each Friday evening this season, the Marching Band instructors in Mr. Hawk will recognize senior members and one underclassman member of the Marching Band for their dedication, hard work, and excellence in the Marching Band. Each performer of the week will receive a certificate of recognition and a $25 gift card to Sheets, courtesy of the Tyrone Band boosters. Our first senior performer of the week has been playing trumpet since he joined the band in 8th grade. He has been a member of the marching band for 4 years and shows a passion for learning music and improving his skills. This student auditioned and was selected for the District 6 Jazz Festival in January of 2020. He is also a member of indoor percussion, where he has learned to play the 4-mallet marimba. We would like to present the Senior Performer of the Week Award to Evan Schneider. Our next Senior Performer of the Week joined band in 5th grade and marching band in 8th grade and has been highly dedicated ever since. She has used her talent to play various percussion instruments in concert band, marching band, and indoor percussion. She is passionate about the band and about helping others. She is a highly responsible student, always ready and willing to help when she's needed, often without being asked. We would like to present the Senior Performer of the Week award to Diane Webster. Our underclassman performer of the week has been a member of the band since 5th grade, playing the drums. This student is highly dedicated to band, enthusiastic, hardworking, and is always willing to learn. This student has shown substantial growth in just the first year of the marching band and indoor percussion, thanks to continued practice and passion to learn. Even when outside of band rehearsal, we would like to present the Performer of the Week award to Cole Hunter. Congratulations to Evan, Diane, and Cole, our Performers of the Week. Please welcome to the field for their show, our very own Golden Eagle Marching Band. The band is proud to present their 2020 show, Expressions starting off with excitement and ending with exclamation. The show explores a range of musical and visual expressions. The band is led on the field by drum majors Becca White and Paige Webster, soloists are seniors Sarah Herr on clarinet, Evan Schneider on trumpet, Becca White on flute, and Paige Webster on tenor sax. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 2020 Tyrone Golden Eagle Marching Band and Expression. once again, congratulations to our homecoming and seniors tonight. I can tell you in my 30 years at the Mike, we've never done both nights at one time, so congratulations to the parents and to the students for being so incredible this year on a year that is certainly not normal, but congratulations.
Turnovers when we were almost inside Tyrone's red zone. We didn't come away with any points. And of course, I'm sure Coach Franco has made some adjustments. That quick hitter and that quick trap inside. They got
to stop that. I think they showed signs of doing that middle of the second quarter on.
They also showed signs of being able to start to blitz more, and that'll take away, that quick trap because they can follow the linebacker through that gap. So that will be an important situation for them too.
The combination of Brandon Lucas and Damon Grip continues to show signs of success. Maybe not the way you would like to draw it up. One of those passes was basically a jump ball, but Grip is so good at positioning himself and boxing out a defender. He's just a big playmaker.
Oh, yeah, and together, a tandem, they're both so good because even if, like I mentioned, that pass that you called a jump ball, it was a duck. I mean, but it was still a 35-yard duck, and he put it where he had to, and Grip made the play.
And Lucas stood in the face of a big hit that came after he threw the football, which actually was called a roughing the passer penalty. So you tacked on 15 yards. That's what got them down close for that second touchdown. And so the weapons are there for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. It's very possible that we're going to see this team go to 5-0, which hasn't happened in a while. And then you start talking about playoffs.
Right. And it's going to be basically the AAA playoffs is down to 4 teams. Central pretty well has a lock on the #1 seed after they beat Clearfield last week. But Tyrone, with a win tonight, would pretty much lock up the #2 seed, which give them a first-round playoff home game, and they would play the #3 seed. Now, there's the question mark right now.
Is it Penn Cambria or Westmont?
Penn Cambria or Westmont. It all depends on how those teams fare, and tonight, and they're both playing. And I know right now we heard at Radio Rich told us that Penn Cambria was trailing. So again, it's up in the air, and we may not know until after we go off the air tonight. I know they'll meet. I think the PIAA District 6 will meet on Sunday to put everything final together.
And just as a reminder for folks who are listening, what would have to happen for a Tyrone-Bellwood football game?
Okay, and there's a lot of people from Bellwood that have told me today that since Bellwood is one of the schools that has had a game postponed because of COVID-19 in Mount Union, they'll be listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football tonight. And I'll say hi to some of them. I know Randy Showalter called me just a couple days ago, and we talked about it. And basically for it to happen, I don't think either one of the two teams, they want to play each other because we've jokingly said Christmas Day in a parking lot if need be. But the bottom line is, in order for that to happen, they would both have to be knocked out of the playoffs,
right.
Or rather early or not, because teams can play 10 games. So Tyrone, theoretically, if they could find 5 other schools that wanted to play them, they could play 5 more games after they lost, or 4, because that would be their
6th game, right?
But that would be the only way of both Bellwood and Tyrone get knocked out of the playoffs. If they go deep into the playoffs, it pretty much would negate the opportunity.
And Bellwood typically goes fairly deep. Tyrone looking to go deep for the first time in a while.
And that 2A playoff bracket right now is well loaded. I mean, Richland, which is a powerhouse, is the 6th seed coming into at 3-1. So they've got like 4 teams that are undefeated. So that's going to not be a cakewalk, district playoff.
All right, we're set to get things underway with the third quarter, and Will Rischel has the ball on the tee to our right. Beck and Clifton back deep to receive, standing just inside their own 10-yard line. A big return by Beck in the second quarter led to a touchdown. Let's see if he can do it again, and this time they're going to opt for the short kick taken. And who was it with the pickup? It was a nice short. It was almost like a shortstop catch.
Shortstop catch, and that's number 15 for the Tyrone Golden Eagles, and that is Michael Buck. Michael Buck, and he did it with like an infielder going down to one knee.
And so the knee touchdown, and that's where the Golden Eagles will take over, 1st and 10. And so that return sets up Philipsburg having to kick short, and look at the field position you get as a result of it.
Right.
From their own 38, leading 14-6. Let's see what the Golden Eagles offense has in store with Grip in the slot to the near side. Clifton wide right. They'll go from the eye. They hand off to Tommy Hicks, cuts it back inside. He's got good running room out to the 50 to the 45 of the Mounties.
And he was tackled there by the number 21, and again, Matt Martin. But again, you can't say enough about Gamp. You know, Tommy gets his name called, and he gets that, rushing yardage at it. But Gamp is just opening up huge holes on manhandling the defensive ends on both sides of the ball for Tyrone.
Big pickup for Tommy Hicks. It's Clifton and Grip to the far side of the field, out of the eye once again. They're going to try and establish that game on the ground with Tommy Hicks, and he will oblige them. 8 yards, perhaps just 7, but still very, very positive yards for the Golden Eagles as they'll come up with a 2nd and 4 from the 38-yard line of the Mounties. And so Philipsburg is on its heels. The Golden Eagles looking to feature the running game, and that's a challenge for the offensive line that they'd love to take on.
Matt Martin again on the stop, and in that halftime, I can guarantee that coach said if we go out and drive it down the field to score, we're going to have them on their backs.
It's Hicks again. Cuts it back inside. He could go. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Tommy Hicks. 38 yards on the touchdown for Golden Eagle football.
And, Jim, we talked about that in the second quarter when you asked the question, why does he, cut back like that? Again, Gamp opened up a huge hole. It was there. And then when he got into the second level, he saw the pursuit coming, and he cut back behind the pursuit.
Once he gets into open field territory, it's like a punt return. Kendall Markley with the extra point upcoming to make it a 21-6 lead. And it is good. That's a 19-second drive for the Tyrone Golden Eagles on 3 plays, all with the running of senior Tommy Hicks, celebrating his senior night with a 38-yard touchdown run. And then now the Tyrone Golden Eagles go back on defense, and let's see whether or not Philipsburg has any life after they just got gut punched with that one.
They just the offensive line for Tyrone just was pushing White down the field and opening up huge holes. And we mentioned just a minute ago that Coach Franco probably said, look, what we want to do is we want to receive this kick, we want to drive it right down their throats, and we want to put it in. The second part of that phrase is going to be, then we want to make them go 3 and out. And that's going to take time off the clock, and it's really going to take a momentum switch and swing away. And when they have that happen to you to start the second half of the game, it's a really deflating for a team to have to give up a touchdown like that and then go 3 and out.
All right, back to receive the kick for Philipsburg from Keegan Gwynn. It's Whiteush and Stam. It'll go to Stam at the 12. 15, waits for blocks. Looking for a hole out over the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
Joshua Patterson in on the stop for the Tyrone Golden Eagles.
21-6 your score, 10:35 left to go third quarter. The Golden Eagles looking to establish themselves as a 5-0 team heading into the playoffs next week. They're in very good position. Let's see what the defense can do. The ball between the hashes at 31. Whitehead will go under center with Stam lined up behind him. Man in motion. They're going to go to the right side. Stam hit by Dean Grassi. You said Grassi plays bigger than he is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I saw him without his pads on the other night, because those linemen always want to know who the player of the week is. Hey, who's the player of the week? Don't forget about us, And he didn't have his pads on, and I didn't know who he was because I thought he was much bigger than that. And he does play bigger than he really is. He's made numerous tackles on that inside running game tonight.
Stamp still gets 5, 2nd and 5 from the 36. 9 in the box now as they try to run it outside. Shy of the first down, the carry by Matt Martin. And it's going to bring up 3rd and about a yard. The ball resting just inside the Philipsburg 40-yard line.
Brandon Lucas on a stop, and he's coming over here. He's looking at his hand. He was shaking it when he got up.
Well, he was shaking that hand after the personal foul roughing the passer penalty back in the late stages of that second quarter.
Probably.
It was on the pass to Damon Grip.
Boy, once on a cold night like this, and you hit your hand on the helmet throwing a pass, that hurts.
Big 3rd down play for Tyrone. Philipsburg needs the they need the marker as they give it to Stam. Breaks into the secondary, brought down there by Damon Grip at the midfield. No, Brandon Lucas. No, it was Grip, excuse me, at the 50-yard line. They'll move the markers for the first down.
And that's been their bread and butter play tonight for Philipsburg. It's been that quick trap. Boom. You know, they fake the handoff to the jet sweep and come back inside with a quick trap inside. Clock still running, 8:57 remaining in the 3rd period. Tyrone up 21-6 if you've just joined us.
Stam in the backfield with Whitehead under center. Once again, they show jet sweep tendency, and then they give it to another trap run. Down inside the 35. That's Will Rischel. Looked like, I believe it was 22.
Yep. And again, Lucas in on the stop. Grip tried to, you got to wrap him up there. He just tried to use his body 2 plays in a row, and you got to wrap somebody up.
That was Gusky, 23, not 22. 1st and 10 now as Philipsburg's moving the football against this Tyrone defense. They're at the Golden Eagles, 31-yard line, a new set of downs. They give it again to Stam. Drags Matt Clifton for 5, maybe 6.
And then also in on a stop there is Jacob Johnson for the Golden Eagles.
It's a pickup of nearly 7. It's going to be 2nd and a long 3. The nose of the football just barely touching the 29-yard line. They'll need to get to the 26. They've got 2 downs to do it. It's 2nd and 3. They go to Stam again, follows his blockers, and then he is upended. His feet taken out from underneath him by Brandon Lucas.
Brandon Lucas, boy, he charged up there from his safety position, and he cut him down real quick.
A couple of plays ago, I mentioned that Tyrone has 9 in the box, and they still can't stop him.
He's getting some blocking up front, and it's the quick trap that's hurting him because he's getting to the 2nd level, and then his power, once he gets to the 2nd level, he's carrying linebackers for 2 or 3 yards.
No passes attempt on this drive. This is all the rushing of Stam, and he's bottled up in the backfield for a loss of a yard.
Great play there made by, let's see when they clear. Number 72, it looks like. Yep, for Tyrone Golden Eagles. Very nice play there. And that is Kyle Silva. Made the initial hit, then grabbed onto both ankles.
It's 4th and 4 from the 35. This will be a big stop for the Golden Eagles. This is not exactly an automatic rushing attempt. No. You may need to put the ball in the air on this one. Stam, though, has shown his ability to break off big runs. Let's see what the Golden Eagles defense can dial up here.
Play clock's down to 4. They get it off.
They're going to throw it. Into the flat. The pass is caught down inside the 20, and a nice catch there made by Matt Martin, so they'll pick up the first down.
Lucas and Rhodes in on the stop for Tyrone.
The Golden Eagles defense really kind of sold out on the run on that one.
Yes, they did. They did.
1st and 10 from the Golden Eagles 18-yard line, coming up on the 6-minute mark left to go 3rd quarter. It is 21-6 Tyrone with the lead after giving up the initial score, trailing 6-0. They've come back with 3 Touchdown scores. Ball's on the near side hash with Stam in the backfield. Whitehead under center. They'll send a man in motion. They're going to look to throw it. Pressure's there. Goes to the end zone. Lots of coverage there, and it just goes through the hands of Cortland Rhodes.
Yep.
He was there with the coverage.
Tommy Hicks almost had a chance at an interception, too, there. He dove and just couldn't quite come down with it. Stops the clock with 5:45 to go in the third quarter.
2nd and 10 from the 18. There was pressure on the quarterback and good coverage on the backside.
Tyrone's pressure was good because they also kept him inside the pocket. They didn't allow him to get to the outside and hurt them with his feet.
Whitehead goes under center. 2 backs in the backfield. Single receiver, top side. They're going to go to Stam, and he is going to be brought down with his head first tackle.
Boy,
driven into the ground on that far side for a loss of a yard.
Keegan Gwynn played a great down that time. He came from his linebacker position, fought off his block, and when the Philipsburg runner there, was it Stam, I believe?
Yes, it was.
Stam tried to bounce that outside. He kept his outside shoulder free, was able to come off the block, and actually got him for a yard loss.
And that's a big play on first down, because what has hurt the Golden Eagles on this drive has been giving up too many yards on first down. So they lose a yard, brings up 3rd and 11 from the 19. And they go with a delay on the inside. That is Matt Martin once again.
And they're just killing them up front. And that's somebody getting up front slow. That looks like
that was Damon Grip.
But that quick trap and an inside reverse is just absolutely clobbering the inside defensive line for Tyrone.
1st and 10. Excuse me. 1st and goal from the 8.
You can see that hole from up here, Jim. That was a huge hole.
It's a play that takes a little while to develop.
Yeah.
And then when it does, it goes.
Coming over and getting the trap.
Split backs in the backfield for Whitehead under center. This time they're going to go to Martin again.
Tommy Hicks says, hello, welcome to Gray Field.
Good read by Hicks. That's a loss.
4-yard loss.
Just outside the 11-yard line, 2nd and goal from the 11.
Boy, Hicks made great penetration there from his linebacker position and was right in the backfield to take him down for a 3-yard loss.
They're between the hashes at the 11 of the Golden Eagles. Stam in the backfield. They show motion again. They're going to look to throw. Whitehead. Intercept. Oh, it's caught. Grip was there. It looked like it went through his hands into the arms of the receiver for the touchdown. Is that Martin, number 21?
Yeah, 23. Yeah, it looks like 23 coming over.
Gusky.
Gusky.
So Philipsburg-Osceola comes back with a score of their own. Their first since the early part of the second quarter. And it looks like they're going to go for 2, Coach. They need the extra point after missing their first extra point. They need 2. They're going to go to the air, and they're going to get it.
And we have flags down on the play here. Let's see what it's going to be.
I think they're going to call a holding.
This might be on Tyrone. It looks like Silva's.
They're saying the extra point is good. Personal foul against the Golden Eagles.
Yep. Frustration penalty there.
That will not make Coach Franco happy whatsoever, but it is now 21-14. 3:34 showing on the clock left in the third quarter.
And I thought Grip had almost intercepted that pass, but give credit to Gutsky. He took the ball. Usually it's Grip taking the ball away from somebody else, but Gutsky took that ball right from Damon Grip.
Well, just when you thought maybe the Golden Eagles were going to make a little bit of an easier time of this in the second half than they had in the first half. Give Philipsburg credit. They come right back with a touchdown of their own.
That's right back in the game. Wide open game. The good thing about that for Tyrone, Jim, is they moved the ball down the field, but Philipsburg took an inordinate amount of time off the clock. And we're down to 3:31 left here in the third quarter. Again, I'd like to mention our sponsors, 5-Star Mitsubishi, staff and management at Vitro. Tavern 27 at Park Hills. That's a beautiful place to go eat. If you don't golf, the food's great.
Who doesn't?
Oh, I don't. I used to have a chainsaw with my putter and driver. They told me they can't do that anymore.
You're not allowed to.
I quit doing it.
You can't be a golfer and a lumberjack at the same time.
So Tavern 27 at Park Hills, 5-Star Power Sports, Surplus City, Home Helpers, and Tyrone Ford. We're getting ready for the kickoff now.
So because of the penalty, the 15-yarder is going to bring it from the 40 to the 45 of the Golden Eagles. This would be a opportune time to consider an onside kick, yes?
Absolutely. And I think Tyrone thinks the same way because they have 10 players within 10 yards of their line of scrimmage on this kick, which would be the 35-yard line. Yeah, and the way he's trying to angle that ball, it's pretty well giving it away that it's not going to be a deep kick. Look for this to come over here onto this side. He's going to try to get that big bounce at about the 45-yard line.
You have Brandon Lucas out there. You have basically, I guess you would call it a hands team. I didn't know Kyle Silva, though, was part of the hands team.
No, maybe he has something that we don't know. They're kicking it line drive. It's going to roll. Oh, my. Get the ball.
Whoa.
Wow. Number 22, Clifton. I think they're going to talk to him. Coach Franco is looking at him and saying, come here.
Wow.
And he's waiting for him right there. You have got to cover that ball, son. And he said, I thought the ball was going to. Don't think, cover the ball. Make sure, because if that was a free ball.
Until it crossed the goal line.
And he wasn't.
Until it touched the goal line, technically.
No more than 2 yards away. Philipsburg player was no more than 2 yards away from coming down on that. That would have been a big
That is a huge break
lapse
for the Golden Eagles, that ball had enough energy to get to the goal line. 1st and 10 from their own 20, the Golden Eagles holding to a 7-point lead. They'll start this drive with 3:34 left to go. Third quarter. It was all Tommy Hicks last drive. Let's see if they go back to him, and they do. And he is looking for some running room. Went left. Now he's coming right out to the 30. Avoids tackles and goes out of bounds on his own at the 35-yard line. Excellent running by Tommy Hicks. He had nothing to the left and came back to the right. I was worried that he even touched his knee down in the backfield, but he had enough presence of mind to avoid that and pick up 15 yards.
And he disappeared when he did that, so nobody knew where he was at, including me. I thought he was down also, and then all of a sudden he pops out to make a good play out of nothing. Good job.
Big gain on 1st and 10 to start this series. Clifton goes wide to the left with grip in the slot. They'll go I. Lucas under center. A steady diet of Tommy Hicks. Picks up 5. He's picking up 5, just leaning forward in this second half here.
Stop there is number 3, Carter Webster, and number 54 for Philipsburg, and that's Parker Moore.
They give him just shy of 5, so it'll be 2nd and a long 6. Now they're going to spread Hicks out to the wide side of the field in the slot. 4 receivers. Man in the backfield is Gamp. They'll move him up for a blocking, and they're going to give it to Lucas. He's just going to keep it. Breaks a tackle at the 40, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Brandon Lucas. 61 yards. Spectacular play with no flags on the field. Oh, my.
Grip, nice block downfield for Tyrone, and boy, I'll tell you what, once he turns the motors on, he can fly. He's quick.
Wow, and the strength he showed in the backfield to shed a tackler. Oh my goodness. After a half of very few big plays, they seem to be coming in bunches now as Kendall Markley will attempt the extra point, and she is perfect on the night. Her fourth makes it 28-14. Tyrone Golden Eagles out in front of the Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties. 61 yards for Brandon Lucas. That was a play call. That was him all the way.
Athletic ability. What a good job that they did. And everyone downfield did an excellent job at blocking, too. Everyone picked out a man, good, clean blocks. It was good to see.
Lucas had a long run in the second quarter and was caught from behind. I think he was thinking about that one because he just turned it on from about the 15-yard line in and said, I smell goal line. You're not stopping me this time.
And he made a nice cut back out to the flag, and Whitehead had a shot at him, and his 6'6" frame dove, and he came up short with air. So good play. Right now we have a couple sponsors who want to get in, and that's Gardner's Candies, the Wireless Zone, Varilla Real Estate, Premier Pest Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, and the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home. Thank you so much for allowing Jim and I to be part of your Friday night while you listen to Tyrone Golden Eagle football here on WTRN Classic Favorites.
Gwynn's been given the whistle and the go-ahead, so the run up and the kick to the 20, up over the 25-30 on a dead run. It's Stam.
And nice ankle tackle there by Joshua Patterson, and he had a full head of stand going there. He was
very clever, my friend.
He was off. I mean, he was running hard. He caught that on a dead run.
Philipsburg with pretty good field position will take over 1st and 10 on their own 45. And I think this defense is now challenged to say we can't allow another drive like the last one. And they give it to Stam. Keeps his legs churning, picks up 4, just shy of the midfield stripe.
And once again, Dean Grassi in on the stop. And boy, you can hear the pads popping up here. They're hitting down there tonight.
Don't forget we have a player of the game to be named at the end of the game, and we appreciate the sponsorship of that. Varilla Real Estate and 5-Star Power Sports. I'm starting to formulate a player of the game in my head.
We've had several that have had an outstanding night.
Yes,
There's
we
that
have.
Quick trap. And
that's Stam again. He has people missing him
as
well.
Yes, he does. He's quick. He's got quick feet, and he's also powerful.
It's enough for a first down inside the 45 down to the 44. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and as we are making our way to the end of the third quarter here, it is 28-14. Tyrone in the lead. They trailed 6-0 in the second quarter, came back to lead it 14-6 at the half, and have put on 2 scores here and trying to prevent another one for Philipsburg. And that is Stam, who just lowers his helmet, runs with the crown of his helmet down, delivers some punishment for Matt Clifton as well as Ross Gamp.
And Dean Grassi again. 3 of them there on the stop. And it takes about 3 of them to stop him, and he still gained about, they're saying he gained only 3 yards, but we're under a minute to go in the third quarter.
2nd and 7 from the 41 of the Eagles. Stam is the lone back in the backfield. And they're going to give it to him. Following blockers as Gwynn sets the edge and then can't make a play on the inside, so the pursuit comes from the inside.
Alex
Weaver making that tackle, but not before giving up 4 yards, going to bring up 3rd and 3. Good blocking out in front by these Mounties. They know where their bread is buttered. It is Caleb Stam, and as he goes, so go they. And so they're doing a really good job of opening up holes and pushing the Golden Eagles backwards and allowing good yardage before the point of contact as they go with Stam again. And he got very close to the first down. They're going to say he's just shy. It's on the 35. They need to get just beyond the 35-yard line, and that's the last play of the third quarter. We are on to the fourth quarter where the team with the best conditioning is usually the team that comes out on top. And through 5 weeks, could that team be the Tyrone Golden Eagles? We'll find out when we come back with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM. It is Classic Favorites, WTRN.
Once again, we want to remind everyone exiting tonight to use the main gate.
No one stocks more, no one sells for less. 5-star Mitsubishi Altoona, the best of the best of the best. Best price, best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty on the planet. And the best buying and ownership experience you'll ever have. New Mitsubishis up to and over 10 grand off. Over 500 Mitsubishis available for immediate delivery. No one stocks more, no one sells for less, only at
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
The Richard H. Sear Funeral Home is proud to be a sponsor of local high school sports. They've been proudly serving the Tyrone area since 1854. Their compassionate staff of funeral directors will help your family celebrate the life of your loved one. They provide a variety of services, including traditional funerals and graveside ceremonies, basic and full-service cremation options, grief support, pre-planning, and more. Give them a call at 684-3216 or visit their website at SearFuneralHomeInc.com.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic Favorites.
Back with the start of the fourth quarter alongside Chuck Bannis. I'm Jim Gregory, and we are bringing you Tyrone Golden Eagle football from Gravettes Memorial Field. 28-14 your score with the Golden Eagles out in front facing a tough task, trying to stop Caleb Stam from picking up a yard on a 4th and 1 from their own 35-yard line. The Mounties are at the line of scrimmage. Stam lined up, and Whitehead's going to keep it for the sneak, and he's going to get, I think, what he needed.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him 4
They're going to say yes, move the sticks. So anytime this team needs a yard or two, they seem to be pretty confident that they can do it. 1st and 10 from the Tyrone 34-yard line for these Mounties who trail by 2 scores. They're going to need one here. Whitehead goes under center. And they fake. No, they go with the jet sweep. I believe that was Matt Martin.
And Clifford Beck, and looks like...
It was Martin. They're going to give him, looks like about 6 yards. Call it 2nd and 4 from the 28 of the Golden Eagles.
Matthew Clifton along with Beck in on the stop for the Golden Eagles. And again, that's a good first down play. Brings up 2nd and a short 4.
Whitehead looks over the defense. And they go with Stam. Another quick hitter. Maybe enough for a first down. I believe it is. A gain of 5. Needed 4.
Tommy Hicks and Gamp in on the stop for Tyrone. Matt Clifton also in on a stop, coming up the bottom of the pile, limping a little bit.
I guess they're going to put his knee down shy of that first down marker, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 25, just inside the 25. So maybe officially call it the 24. Clock rolling, coming up on the 10-minute mark, left to go in the game. 28-14, Golden Eagles looking to go 5-0. Golden Eagles try to sell out on the run, but Stam is too much for them. They hit another big gain, enough for a first down and then some.
And once again for Tyrone, in on the stop, coming up to make that stop is Clifford Beck.
Spotted at the Golden
First and 10 at the 16 now.
Still plenty of time left in the game. Approaching 9 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter with Tyrone up 28-14 over the Philipsburg-Osceola Mounties.
They really don't rely on their passing game as they're going to go with one here. And there's pressure in the face of Whitehead, and Matt Clifton tracks him down like a dog with a bone. Matt Clifton brings Whitehead down for a big sack.
And we said
back to the 27-yard line, a loss of 12. It's going to bring up 2nd and 22.
And we said that earlier, Jim, that for on the year, Philipsburg-Osceola is only averaging 34 yards per game on the passing game, so they don't throw much.
9 minutes and counting left to go in the game. From the 27 of the Golden Eagles, the Mounties come out of their huddle. And the play clock is a problem. Down to 2, down to 1. They have to take a timeout to avoid a 5-yard penalty. Stops the clock with 8:51 left to go in the game. Tyrone leads it 28-14. The play coming in just took too long. And so now, how do you like the Golden Eagles' chances?
Well, you're going to see.
This could be a drive stopper.
This could be a game stopper, too, because I'm kind of, haven't said anything, but I'm kind of surprised. They're down 14 points, they being Philipsburg. And they're showing no hurry. They're not in any type of hurry. I mean, they're running and they're going in and taking a good 10, 12 seconds.
They almost
in the
had
huddle.
a delay game here.
Almost had a delay game here. Had to burn the timeout. And they've taken a lot of time off the clock, and they're still down by 14 points. And that's what Tyrone wants to do, is take time off the clock. So Philipsburg is really surprised me on that. Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game, which should be interesting this game because we've got a list here.
Yeah, there have been some names that we've called on defense, but the way that Philipsburg's driving the ball, it may be hard to do that. 2nd and 21. Whitehead's going to keep it. Feels pressure, bounces it to the outside.
Tommy Hicks drives him out of bounds.
A gain of about 5, so they get some of it back. It's still going to be 3rd and long, right about the 21-yard line, so maybe a gain of 5 or 6.
Good thing for Philipsburg is that stopped the clock.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was saying, we're going to stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game. 5-star Power Sports is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes.
3rd and 16 from the 22 officially. Whitehead rolling right, looking, throws deep. Coverage is there by Damon Grip, who grabs it out of midair and gets both feet in for the interception. Damon Grip, like a wide receiver, goes up and comes up with the interception, the turnover, giving the Golden Eagles the football at their own 3-yard line.
And that's what you drill from summer practice on. You always go up and catch that ball at its highest point. And with his basketball leaping ability, that's exactly what he did. He went up, made sure there was no way that the Philipsburg receiver was going to take the ball off of him that time. They're on the 2-yard line now, so they've got to be careful here, obviously. 8:38 remaining in the game now. Tyrone going to be 1st and 10 from their own 2, leading 28-14 over Philipsburg-Osceola.
Could Hicks break a big one here? Out of the eye with Gamp up front. Lucas keeps it, tries to get some room to work, maybe a yard.
About a yard.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. I think one of the thoughts here, Chuck, is get yourself some room so that if you have to punt the ball, clock's a factor.
Yep.
Philipsburg's already used a timeout.
Yep.
Don't need to get away from the conservative approach here. Second and 9 from the 3, under 8 minutes to play. Clock rolling, I formation. They give it to Hicks. He doesn't get much.
Boy,
he was lucky to get out of the end zone.
He might have lost a yard or two on it.
I think he did, at least a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Tommy's down right now. He was hit very, very hard. It looks like by number 50. I'm trying to see the other number. Jim going off the field there. He's 52. 52, and that is Josh Lesko, 6'1", 215-pound defensive lineman.
Hicks has rolled over on his back. He was on his left side for a while. Let's hope maybe it's just the wind was knocked out.
Could be a hip pointer too, because he took a direct helmet to the hip thigh area there. So yeah, that's a tough one there. 7:39 with the clock stop, 28-14, and Jim, it's been a great night. Hopefully that Tommy's going to be able to shake this off. We will have the 5-star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game, and we'll be announcing that right after the game tonight, so don't go away. In case you're wondering, we present a plaque, and also the Varilla Real Estate has a nice basket of assorted things for each player, and there's a photo, and if you want to go to either the Varilla Real Estate Facebook page or the WTRN Facebook page, you can see the presentation to each of the players of the week.
Okay, they're going to get Hicks up, and let's see how much help he needs to come off. He's getting assistance on both shoulders to come off. He's in a lot of pain.
He's dragging that right. It's his left leg. He's dragging his left leg. Well, let's hope that Tommy's going to be okay here. The last thing you want to see is have one of your starters go down, in a game at all, especially when playoffs is just around the corner.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's see who they bring in to spell Hicks in the backfield. I'm going to say perhaps Matt Clifton. But it is 3rd and 11.
They've got Gamp and
2, 3, no. Oh, so they're going to go shotgun with Brandon Lucas. Rolling, finds time, throws downfield. He's got a man. It's gripped. Did he come up with it? No, he was open. The blocking and the timing was there, just a bad toss by Brandon Lucas. So the 4th down and 11 play will bring a punting situation on for the Golden Eagles.
And Gamp has to be aware of his back feet, because he's going to be kicking this ball and receiving it right just almost at his end line of his end zone. So a couple high snaps tonight, so we don't.
They're going to rush 10. There. I think they're going to set up the block, coach, or the set up the return. Nope, here they come. And there was an offsides.
Offsides, Philipsburg.
Tried to anticipate the snap count. And so the 5-yard penalty will give Gamp a little more room. That's really big. That's 5 yards. That 5 yards is really important with the circumstances the Golden Eagles are facing.
It's huge. That gives Gamp a little bit more room. And the other thing that happened on that play for Philipsburg, unfortunately, was number 74 was a dead ball whistle, but he shot off and ended up coming up really hobbled on his ankle, and he's still in there.
The all-important snap. Gets it away. Big kick inside Philipsburg territory. The return by Weishong. Misses a tackle to the 45, 35, 30, 25, 20. Inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line, or do they have him out of bounds? People stayed in their lanes, Chuck, but they just didn't make good breakdown tackling.
Didn't wrap him up.
They didn't wrap him up at all, and so the big return is there for the Mounties, and they're going to put him out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for Philipsburg. And now the conditioning really becomes a key factor for the Tyrone Golden Eagles. If we are thinking of them as being the conditioned team they are, let's see what they can do on defense to try and keep these Mounties out of the end zone. 7:09 left, 28-14, Golden Eagles. And they go inside to the 10, the 5, touchdown.
And that was that inside trap again, and they trapped Kyle Silva that time. And boy, they just can't.
That was Gutsky.
They just can't stop that trap.
Gutsky with a 24-yard touchdown run. They really used Stam as a decoy. Everybody's looking at number 11, and on the inside, going the opposite way. Just when you're going one way, they come back the other way with Gutsky and a 24-yard touchdown run. Now it's 28-20 with an extra point upcoming from Will Rischel. We got a one-score game with 7:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. Tyrone came out and scored on their first possession to start the second half. Took just a couple of plays. And then Philipsburg came right back. And then came right back the Golden Eagles with Brandon Lucas and a 61-yard touchdown run. Now it's just a matter of who's the last team to make a big play. 28-21 with 7:01 left.
And Tyrone will receive this kickoff. And obviously it'll be interesting to see how they come out. Tommy Hicks is up walking around down here.
It's over.
Excuse me, right at about the 47-yard line. He's stretching out his leg.
Yes, he is.
And that's a good sign.
That's the left leg.
Yep.
I think he really wants to come back out and play. It may have just been a hard hit to the thigh.
That's what he's pointing to right now. It looks like it's okay. And he did take a shot. I mean, he came right. That was a helmet.
Like
right
a deep thigh bruise, perhaps.
Yep.
Those are painful, I've been told.
Especially tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
It tightens up as the game goes along. Right now, he may feel like he can go. The more he can move, actually, the better it is.
Yes. That's why you see college games, they'll have these running backs. They're sitting on a bicycle, pumping away, keeping their legs from getting tight.
He's going to want to play. He's trying to show he's not showing any signs of discomfort, and the coaches are talking to him. I think you might see him come back out.
How many pictures do you think you take?
So we're going to have Clifford Beck and also Matthew Clifton back for Tyrone. And I'm sure Mr. Beck was told to make sure he covers the ball and picks it up. Don't let it roll.
Rischel has the go-ahead. Puts the right leg into it, and they'll go short with it. Taking it the 30, up over the 35. Yeah, they'll bring him down to the 35. Didn't quite see who it was just yet. Number 14, is that
Number 14
Colton Miller?
is Colton Miller.
Yeah.
Colton Miller is so small.
Okay, so Tyrone, let's see, Philipsburg has 2 timeouts remaining.
Hicks is out there.
6:56 remaining in the game. Tyrone has all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
Let's see if they try to go to Hicks with this first down play. See if he's going to be able to go. I formation, Clifton wide right, grip in the slot. They give it to Hicks. Oh, he's feeling no pain. Up over the 40 to the 42-yard line.
And that was just a basic dive play, and he got a great lead block, and they're going to put it back to about the 41-yard line right now. That keeps the clock moving too for Tyrone, so that's another plus.
6.5 left, and Tommy Hicks says, feeling no pain, coach. It's been all Hicks here in the second half, with the running game really being the featured part of this offense for the Golden Eagles. I formation once again. Let's try Hicks again. Into the secondary out near midfield, gets the first down. The offensive line is doing the job, and Ross Gamp is just a beast. Tommy, follow me.
Matt Martin.
I'll lead you to the promised land.
Just call the play because I'm going to watch for number 25 and just follow him.
And now I think it might be a different ailment for Hicks as he comes out. I don't think it's the thigh. I think he may have twisted something this time. So is Beck out there?
Let's see here.
Behind Gamp? Let's see if they go with Gamp on this one. Beck for a few.
Beck, yeah, he's going to pick up about 3, a good 3, close to 4. Let's see where they spot it.
They give him
4-yard gain.
4, second, and a short 6.
5:25 remaining in the game. Tyrone holding on to a 28-21 lead with the ball.
And they are into Philipsburg territory, so the field position game is now in the hands of the Golden Eagles. Clifton comes wide left, grip wide right. I formation with Gamp leading the way for Beck. They give it to Beck. Tries to stiff arm his way around the corner and loses 3. Can't blame the choice by Beck. They just had good pursuit. The Mounties defense just really made a good play there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. So Beck will come out, as does Clifton. A passing down for the Golden Eagles, unless perhaps you call on number 2. Brandon Lucas. Does he do it with his arm? Does he do it with his legs? They bring 9 in the box. They're going to force him to throw. Looking for running room. He's got the corner. He's got the midfield stripe. He's got the left sideline. He's got the 30, the 25, and out of bounds. Let's look for a flag. None there. Big play by number 2, Brandon Lucas.
Great block downfield by 21, Cortland Rhodes. He sprung him at the 40-yard line of Philipsburg, and Lucas was able to get all the way down to the 25. Big play for Tyrone there. Good block by Cortland Rhodes.
His teammates held their blocks. They did not stop. They know that Brandon Lucas can make a play. They just need to keep on their man and let him do what he does.
Right. Give him the time. He'll make the decision.
So now they'll go shotgun. We've not seen this formation that much tonight. Lucas is going to keep it. He's got some room and picks up 4, maybe just 3.
Stop was made by Caleb Stam.
Stam takes his helmet off. He's going to go out.
He's a little slow getting up there. He's going out.
The ball resting with the nose on the 22 of the Mounties.
Referee should start the 25 seconds and spin the clock.
There we go. So Lucas will send grip wide right with Rhodes to the near sideline. Gamp in the backfield. Lucas calls for it. Throws to Grip on the far sideline. Avoids a tackle. He's going to try to get to the end line, to the sideline. And did he get to the first down marker? He went out of bounds.
Went out of bounds. He probably should have just slid, towards that pylon there. He's going to be about a half a yard short. And
Curious.
The clock, too. 3:35 remaining. Ooh.
3rd and 1 at the 16. Is Hicks still on the sideline?
Yes, he's
yes,
down
he
on
is.
25.
Yeah. So let's see where they go. I bet they're going to have to go with either Lucas. They're going to go with Beck and Gamp. Sidecar left, sidecar right. Lucas sneaks it. Picks up the first down and more. Inside the 10. Spins inside the 5. Big play for Brandon Lucas.
27 there for Philipsburg-Osceola. David Mearstand in on a stop. But not until Lucas picks up that all-important first down.
First and goal from the 4, the Philipsburg Mounties.
A score here would pretty much do it for the Golden Eagles, Jim.
First and goal from the 4 for Tyrone.
Hicks is still out, so let's see if Brandon Lucas decides to just take this game over. The running game has been there with Hicks. Now Lucas is filling Hicks's shoes. And a whistle at the snap of the football, and procedure will be the call against the Golden Eagles. So they'll move him back 5.
Stay tuned right after the game for the announcement of the 5-Star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game. 5-Star Power Sports is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The 5-Star Power Sports and Varilla Real Estate Player of the Game coming up right after the game this evening.
Hicks is back in as Beck comes out. Clock rolling. 2:45 and counting. Lucas keeps it, picks his way, avoids a tackle. He's going for the pylon. Will he have the speed and the strength to get there? No. 2 tacklers bring him down, but it's not before he gets to about the 2-yard line, and he's slow to get up. So tough. So tough is Brandon
Lucas. They're going
Lucas.
to give him the 2. The one referee standing down here at the 1, so I don't know. They placed it at the 2, though.
It's just outside the 1. All right, so it is now 2nd and goal from the 1.
Clock still running.
Yeah, clock is a big factor now, and Philipsburg, they're not calling timeouts to try and save some time here. They're just trying to stop Brandon Lucas. Can they stop him? The answer is no. Touchdown, Tyrone Golden Eagles, Brandon Lucas into the end zone for 6.
And that'll just about wrap it up for the Golden Eagles here. And that is the, let's see, 1, 2. 3rd touchdown for Lucas on the ground, and then he threw for 1. So 4, responsible for 4 touchdowns tonight.
And special teams played much better tonight. Much better.
Much better. And there's her kick, and it's good.
Kendall Markley with the extra point, 35-21 with 1:54 left in the ball game. Five 5-0 the Golden Eagles will be if this score holds up, and it likely will. Philipsburg would drop to 1-4, but what a game it's been. It has been an exciting game of big plays, and I really appreciate the effort that Philipsburg-Osceola has put forth tonight to really test these Golden Eagles as they go into the playoffs.
And they've given it their all.
Yes, they have.
All 4 quarters. You know, there's been no giving up, and a lot of fight out there.
And if you recall the saying that Tyrone likes to use, Tyrone tough, it has been on display here tonight by a number of players. You could name a number of them that have come out, faced injury, and come back out to play. They faced adversity early, trailing 6-0. Keegan Gwynn handed the football to put it on the tee, and he'll boot it away, but I'm guessing this will be another squibber. No interest in offering up an opportunity for a return. So big number 8. Squibs, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, just barely.
Just barely. Stam was there to make sure.
And I'm sure Philipsburg will not make him re-kick. They'll want to take the ball right where it's at.
At the 26. Don't give up a big play to Caleb Stam here, and you can put the slash in the W column.
Once again, some of our sponsors tonight that have helped bring this very exciting high school football game to you. The Tyrone Football Media Network, WTRN. Classic favorites. 5-Star Mitsubishi, Staff Management at Vitro, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, 5-Star Power Sports, and Surplus City.
Whitehead looks to throw. Looks to set his feet. Can't, so he dumps it off. That's Whitetoish.
Matthew Clifton's having a discussion with the referee about how not only was he hold, but they tore his gloves off and his chin strap. He's telling him right now. That's what he. It was right in front of the official. Oh my! 2nd down, 6.
And it would appear the Mounties are showing little interest in trying to put a scoring drive together, and there's no 2-minute offense being run right now. Whitehead, he's a galloper at 6'6".
Cortland Rhodes on the stop, right about midfield, Jim.
Just kind of lassos him down, I guess. Keeps him in bounds as well. Grassy comes back in on defense for the Golden Eagles. Hicks is going to come back out, and he's very hobbled. He's going to need some attention from trainer Dave this week.
There's going to be some heat, some ice tonight, and some heat compacts tomorrow.
And the clock is into single digits.
And Philipsburg's in no hurry whatsoever.
And this will likely be the last play as they try to call for the timeout before the 5-yard penalty kicks in. They avoid the delay of game. Okay. So here we are. Here we are at the end of another victory, 5-0. You and I have been a part of some seasons where the Golden Eagles have been 4-0 and then fallen on hard times. When that happened, they had a number of injuries that they were dealing with. They don't have that this year. They continue to stay relatively healthy.
Yes.
And that's just such a big factor for teams that want to go deep in the playoffs. And right now, the Golden Eagles are setting themselves up for a run.
And penalty-free. I mean, one bad penalty tonight, 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Tyrone, but, pretty much penalty-free. Just to summarize here again, Tyrone Ford, Gardner's Candies, Wireless Zone, Gorilla Real Estate, Premier Pest Control and Lawn Care, Tyrone Automotive, Johnson Reeder, Timber Harvesting, and the Richard H. Sear Funeral Home, Jim, all sponsors.
They set up the screen for Stam. He's got some blockers on this near side. I don't think he has enough to go, does he?
Yes,
he does. He does. Oh, wow. A 50-yard screen pass. I think he ran 80 yards in the process.
Stam. 50-yard screen pass. My goodness. That was a 3-yard pass and a 47-yard run. More than 47, you're right. He probably ran 80 yards after he caught the ball.
Will Rischel for the extra point to make it a 7-point game. Good pressure again from Clifton, and it goes wide left. Matt Clifton, good job of bringing the pressure from that left side. He sees it out of the corner of his eye, and the kick, he takes his eye off the ball and misses the extra point. So now it's still an 8-point game with 17.4 seconds left.
And they've played really well. Philipsburg being they, but this is going to turn some heads tomorrow. People look in their local media and see a score of 35-28 and say, wow, what a game that must have been, Philipsburg. So Philipsburg, they're coming, I mean, they've had some tough times up there in the last 5 or 6 years.
They went a couple of years without a win.
Yeah, and they just barely had enough people to put on the field, and they're doing well. They're coming back, and Vroman is a good coach. Of course, we all know what Jason Wilson is capable of doing. So they're going to be an up-and-coming squad. They're going to be pretty good. They're going to lose a lot, though. They have a lot of seniors and a lot of juniors. But now we're look like somebody got yelled at down there. John doesn't like anybody standing against the wall. He wants everybody up on those sidelines.
Well, they're going to pack that right side of the return team with a lot of skill players with good hands. Make sure that nothing dramatic happens on this kickoff.
Tommy Hicks is up front there.
Not sure why Beck is all the way back at the 5, though, or at the 10. I would bring him up to about the 30.
He'll be coming up on a squid. There it is.
No drama. The Golden Eagles cover it at their own 30-yard line, and now it's time for the best play in football, victory formation.
There you go. And we love our U.S. military personnel.
Oh,
He says, thanks to you and Jim for the broadcast. We're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football in our hotel room outside of Fort Drum.
Oh, my goodness. Isn't that something?
In New York State after transporting New York National Guard. Thanks again for your time and your play-by-play. Go Eagles.
Oh, my gosh. That sends chills down my spine.
So,
thank you for all that you do for us.
Thank you for what you do for us.
We wouldn't be doing this if you weren't doing what you do every day. Oh, my gosh.
I can say for both of us that we're very happy that we gave you a great evening of entertainment watching and listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football up there near Fort Drum.
Stay well, stay safe. The men and women of our armed forces. And I suppose that perhaps Philipsburg called this timeout.
I think
or was it Tyrone?
Must have been Tyrone.
It was
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Yeah. I think there's.
We're not taking any chances.
You think they're going to go deep on this? 16 seconds left in the game. I would imagine that Lucas is going to be. They're already shaking hands. Good sportsmanship. Both teams played tough tonight. Philipsburg has nothing to be ashamed of. They played a very good football game.
35-27 is your final from Gravettes Memorial Field. What a night it has been for everyone in attendance, from the fans to the seniors who were recognized, senior football players, senior band, senior cheerleaders, senior color guard, to the parents who enjoyed the opportunity to be here during the year of 2020 when so much has been taken away. What has been brought to you tonight is something that you just will never forget.